Oh, it's Thursday. Live at twitch.tv/blindwave. Catching this on YouTube at a later date. Listening to it on your favorite podcast feed. You should come live. So
Favorite podcast feed like where, Rick?
Stitcher.
Are they all updated?
I don't know.
Twitch and YouTube are good ones.
They are.
Maybe Spotify and Stitcher could be iTunes or something, but maybe
not.
not.
They'll be there shortly.
By
the end of the year.
Eventually, that's a better word.
Maybe.
How's everyone doing this week?
Ooh. Good.
Doing good.
Well, good. Glad everyone's good.
Good.
Including Eric.
Sorry, I was making the podcast video live.
No, yeah. Happy National Freezer Pop Day.
Freezer.
Is that like a popsicle thing?
It's the things in the plastic tubes.
Because normally you don't want to put pop in a freezer; it will explode.
Isn't that a Go-Gurt?
No, it is when it's yogurt. I was talking about like the
all the clear ones that are you buy them in a net.
Yeah.
Like they just
exactly.
those things apparently appear in nature and they have to net them.
I like those not when they're frozen,
yeah.
but like you take them out of the fridge and leave them out for like 5 minutes. Then I like them. They're really good right when they're starting to cool off or melt.
Warm up.
Yep.
They're pretty cool.
They're not cold. They're cool.
They're pretty cool when you first get them.
Yeah. That's my preferred way. But I do that with ice cream too.
Ice cream.
I like ice cream is slightly starting to melt.
So you're one of those people that put it in the microwave?
Yes. My dad taught me that way.
I don't like that method.
Puts it in for like 10 seconds.
Seems weird.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Ice cream.
I
yeah,
like just
but it's still
mashing
cold.
it up and
It's
then
not like
like
it's hot.
mixing it really hard.
Yeah.
To where it's like the consistency of soft serve.
A lot of work. I like the melty on the side, but cold in the middle, so you go
Eric-
around. It's fucking awesome.
Eric's like, that's a lot of work. I'm not trying to work for my dessert.
I'm not
I already
trying
ate.
to work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the meal is for.
Yeah, that was the work. Cutting my steak and stuff. I ain't trying to work more.
True. Truth.
Doing beer
Yes.
curls.
Yeah, but those get lighter. Silly way to curl.
Yeah.
Easier as you go. Oh yeah. The past week's been pretty good. I have like
Been
one more
hot.
stream left that I'm doing for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Which means I'm starting a new game. We have polls currently going on our community page on YouTube if you haven't seen those.
Yeah.
Where there is also a bracket kind of thing, similar to what Rick did, where I had like 8 different games that I'm interested in playing, and people are helping me choose what's going to win that. So if you haven't voted in any of those today, the first tier of everything will finish off tomorrow is the last poll for that, and then we'll see who's going to be in the semifinals, the final 4.
They
started with
me
8.
a real good one. So hopefully
They
they
picked
do
Ghost
you
for
as
you,
well.
right?
Huh?
That's how you got Ghost, right?
Indeed.
Well, see, mine are up to the options were that Last of Us. That's what it was. Last of Us, Returnal, a Pokemon challenge, which I didn't have a specific Pokemon challenge picked, so if that one won, it was going to be kind of deciding what to do with that. Metroid and Super Metroid, because I've never played those games. Life is Strange 2, Demon's Souls, and Dark Souls, as well as Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that's everything.
Which Dark Souls?
Dark Souls 2.
2.
I've already done 1. I haven't done 2 yet.
It's quite a list.
I started Demon's Souls a long time ago when it first came out, and I never beat it. So I'd like to go through and beat that one too. So I put both of those on the list, just because I kind of want to start towards the beginning first and work my way towards like Bloodborne and those ones that a lot of people really like.
Sure.
But yeah, no. I'm interested to see how things are gonna play out and what it's gonna be up against.
Despite my insistence, Deadly Premonition did not make it on the list.
It did not.
Maybe next time.
Nor did Ghost of Tsushima.
Or Ocarina of Time Shadow Temple.
What? I've beaten that.
You
Just
haven't
that?
beaten the Shadow Temple.
I have. I did. I beat it on the DS.
Not the same.
It is.
It's better.
The only thing that's different is the water temple. Water temple is the main difference.
That's a huge difference.
But the rest of it's pretty similar. So yeah, if you haven't voted on that, make sure to go and vote in the polls. Basically, there's gonna be like a poll every day until Monday will be the last day, which will be my last stream, and we'll should know by the end of my stream. We'll see what won.
You gotta make sure it's not just voting in one poll. You have to keep looking back at that community tab
Yeah.
to continue to the next poll.
Because there's going to be multiple
More
polls. We'll have the 4th one will be up tomorrow, and then we'll still have 3 more after that because of it's probably going to be most likely Last of Us versus Life is Strange 2, probably. And then probably Horizon Zero Dawn versus one of the Souls games. And I don't know who's going to win that tier of it. But most likely we'll probably have things leading up to Last of Us. But if people vote more on the Pokemon or something like that, that might beat out Life is Strange 2 and change some things up. So we'll see. But I'm excited to play any of those because the ones that have been on my list that I've just never played. And there's still other ones that I should play that I haven't played yet either too. And ones I want to beat. Found out Zombie Ate My Neighbors came out and I didn't realize it came out already, and that should have been on my list. But
should have been.
New poll.
But there's so many games I'm juggling, playing right now. It's terrible. I need to just buckle down and beat them. Beat them.
So yeah, so that's been one of my exciting things. I've been kind of watching to see how those polls are playing out, what people are interested in. Though some people just keep on mentioning other games in the comments, which aren't on the list, obviously, like Red Dead Redemption 2,
right?
Stuff. I'm like, well, it's not there. Vote on what's here.
It's a great game. I played it.
There are no write-ins, you're saying?
No, not for this one.
Okay.
Maybe in the future.
I am playing Mass Effect right now, and yesterday I had my first adventure on the Mako.
Yes, Eric.
Yep. Haven't you had like 3 streams of that?
Yeah.
I felt like that was fairly early in the game.
It is.
So I wasn't sure.
I feel like
my
that's
last stream was all the Citadel.
Gotcha.
Yep.
A lot of reading and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, baby.
So much.
It's always good to skip that, right?
It's not. It's the best part of the game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not the combat?
Like yesterday, I was like, welcome back to Mass Effect's Codex, where occasionally I play a game.
True, right?
And I just enjoy the lore.
I mean, that was my Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Here's the Gwent stream with the occasional slang of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. It's definitely good to be enveloped by the lore and enjoying
Absolutely.
that.
Invested.
It helps you to, I like that. It's what helped me with World of Warcraft. I was like, man, I want to play this, but I really feel like I need to understand what's going on, and I'm going to enjoy it much more.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm much more invested in some of the characters and what their stories are and stuff, because I went back and was trying to learn like what's the lore of this world and these characters and how things happened, especially after playing Warcraft 3 and stuff, kind of getting like that story beats and whatnot. So it's really good to do. So as long as you're invested and understand what's going on.
Yeah, I am. The only thing I don't like right now is just every time I'm on a new mission, like kind of the crisis I go through of trying to pick who I'm going to take.
Yeah, because it's kind of like KOTOR,
like
right? Where you got to pick a couple people to go with you, and you
but
have
in KOTOR,
more.
it's like, I don't need this guy.
You don't need this guy?
No.
Who don't you need in
How often
KOTOR?
did you bring Karth with you?
I'm early game for sure.
Well, yeah,
all the
you
time.
have to. But once you get Jolie Bindo and the Wookiee, what was his name?
Zalabar?
I think it was Zalbar, yeah.
Right?
Must
Something
not
like
have been that important.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, he's a Wookiee.
He was a Wookiee, yes.
Yeah.
He was also fairly early.
T3, Jahani.
T3's great. HK's great. They're all great characters.
Karth's okay.
Karth has some interesting story beats.
Name one.
Well, that would be spoilers. They all have their own stories that you unlock for each character. That's one of the things, too, about that game. And I don't know if Mass Effect's the same way, but in KOTOR, in one playthrough, you can't get enough, like, not reputation, friendship points, or, whatever. Like, you can't connect with individual characters enough to be able to unlock all their extra side quest missions and their stories.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to play through multiple times with different people on your team so that you can unlock all their background, like, storylines and stuff to do.
Sure.
So that was fun.
I love all the guys that are on my team right now.
Yeah.
And ladies. And neither.
And neither. Are there any, like, robots in that game?
Yeah.
Like, do you have, like, a robot or anything?
No.
No?
AI is illegal.
AI is illegal.
Yeah. It's pretty smart, actually.
And I guess if you don't want to be taken over by AI.
Yeah. Well, because there is an AI called the Geth, and they're evil.
Oh, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Be cool.
Calvin agrees.
I'm eating Skittles.
Ah, shit.
Why are you eating Skittles?
Why not? Why aren't we all eating Skittles
I
all the
grabbed a
time?
handful of Skittles,
All
and
the
then I
time.
ate all the other colors, so now all I have is purple and red.
Where did you have a handful of Skittles that you just grabbed a handful of Skittles?
The table.
All right, I guess that makes sense. It probably was Eric's
I
stash.
found them.
I am
What
real
you got?
tired because my night was plagued with nightmares.
Nightmares.
Yeah, so
What kind of
Wednesday
nightmares?
nights, I watch my bad movie nights.
Yeah.
This one affected me deeply.
So you finally found the bad movie that was so bad it gave you nightmares?
This is probably the first one that has, like, legitimately given
This
me
must have been
nightmares.
like a terrible, terrible movie then.
It was pretty bad. It's a video game movie. which those usually are not very good. 1999's Wing Commander, which is most well known for being the movie that people bought tickets for, watched the Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace trailer, and then left shortly into or before the movie started.
If you're a pro at it, you would go to the one showing at like 6 and then skip over to the 6:15 and then to the 6:30, depending on how many theaters they had running.
Yeah, it's a super cinematic franchise. Like through 4 and 5, there's F&B games with renowned actors such as Mark Hamill, Biff from Back to the Future, John Rhys Davies, Malcolm McDowell. Awesome cast. And in this movie, we get Freddie Prinze Jr. and Matthew Lillard.
Okay.
And the guy from Das Boot. His name is not Jürgen Prochnow.
Guy from Das Boot.
Das Boot.
What is Das Boot?
The submarine movie. This also turns out is a submarine movie that they kind of rewrote to be in space. I don't know. It should have been really good because it's helmed by Chris Roberts, that's also a wrestling podcast guy.
Prochnow.
Prochnow? That it?
I just Googled guy from Das Boot, and that's what popped up first, starring Jürgen Prochnow.
Yeah. But Chris is the main, developer, designer on the video games.
Yeah.
And he was the director and producer of the movie. So you think that would work out real well? Turns out it didn't.
Did he have any movie experience before then?
I don't think so. He had some after.
Yeah.
He was a producer on Lords of War with Nicolas Cage.
Man.
And one of the better Punisher movies.
Warzone?
I can't remember which one, but it was one of the better ones.
Yeah, gotcha.
He's done some good stuff, but the movie is it's terrible. It's mostly the script.
I wouldn't call Lord of War a great movie.
The intro is great.
It's a great intro.
It is.
The intro is.
It's real good.
Find it on YouTube. It's good. If you enjoy it, you can thank us.
But yeah, the script is real bad. The effects are bad, especially for 1999. It seems like it couldn't decide if it wanted to be like a callback to practical effects from the 70s, or if it wanted to be new CGI stuff. It kind of mixes the two and doesn't work out well. But my nightmare.
Damn. Well, Rick, this also it's got David Warner in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
from Secret of the Ooze. He's a scientist.
Oh, okay.
It's
also got Hugh Quarshie in it.
Yeah.
Which Eric knows who Hugh Quarshie is.
He plays Captain Korsh Panaka in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, that came out in 1999.
That's right. We did mention that as we were watching it.
We did. It also has the guy who tried to kill Harry from Harry and the Hendersons.
I don't know
this is even Harry Potter.
about anything other than Star Wars.
But the nightmare, which was only semi-related to the movie, was I just dreamed that all movies starred either Freddie Prinze Jr. and or Matthew Lillard. So Dirty Harry was Freddie Prinze Jr. In this terrible universe.
Ezra. Yeah.
Clockwork Orange starred Matthew Lillard.
Oh my gosh.
And Godzilla, the 1999, whatever, of Godzilla had both of them and Matthew Broderick.
Now, which one of them played
That's when
Matthew
you woke up
Broderick's
screaming,
love interest?
One of them was Hank Azaria's character.
Oh, the cameraman, gotcha.
Yeah, that was Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh.
And Jean Reno was Matthew Lillard.
Gotcha.
No!
Jean Reno.
The best
You
part
call
of the
this
movie?
coffee? He is the best part of that movie.
I could see Matthew Lillard doing that. You call this coffee?
You call this coffee?
I don't think he's gonna do the Shaggy.
Zoinks.
Zoinks,
I know.
This
Wasn't
is
he
coffee.
He was in. What was all he in? I know. Scream. He was in Scream.
Matthew Lillard.
Right?
He was in Scream.
Yeah.
He was in Hackers.
Mm-hmm.
You ever saw Hackers?
Hackers.
That was one he was in. He's in
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo for sure. He's in Without a Paddle,
Yeah.
which starred him and
Seth Green. Right?
It was him, Seth Green, and is it the husband of Kristen Bell? Shepard? Dex
Shepard?
Dex. I think it might have been him, maybe. I forget.
From Scrubs?
I
Shepard.
don't know if he was in Scrubs.
Rex.
I don't know about
Was
that.
Matthew Lillard in I Know What You Did Last Summer?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's just
Wait,
Freddie
I'm
Prinze.
thinking
Freddie
Right?
Prinze, I think, was in that, though.
Yeah. He definitely was. I
So
wasn't
you were
sure.
having dreams about movies that starred these two actors. What?
all movies.
Okay. Well, what movies would those two actors elevate?
I need to go back and watch more Freddie Prinze Jr.
No,
because
yeah,
I
it is.
swear he did not close his mouth
Scrub.
once
Sure.
during this.
Yeah. You like him as Kanan,
Right?
don't you?
No, that's
I
the
do.
other guy. That's
He's
his
good in
brother.
But I don't have to look
My
at his
bad.
mouth.
That's true.
but he was.
You get to see a CG
Calvin,
mouth.
just-
Yeah.
You can't have two
Talking.
conversations going on. They're talking. You gotta
I'm
wait.
talking to you.
No, you can't talk to me while
In the
they're
heart
talking.
Of the Jedi
We're all listening to one
lies
conversation.
her strength.
They're talking to each other.
No, that's not how it works. The people are only hearing what's in the mics, and you're talking to me, and they're talking to them, and it's chaos.
Kid, I'm about to let everybody on the secret. He's good in Rebels.
I think it would be the worst thing, but I also kind of want to see them as Sherlock and Holmes.
Okay, I can see that. Which one's which?
I think Sherlock is probably Freddie Prinze.
Freddie Prinze.
Yeah,
Matthew,
and
okay,
Holmes is
gotcha.
Matthew.
Oh,
Yes.
What else would they be good in?
Who are we talking
I
about?
mean,
Freddie
I
Prinze
also
and Matthew?
just want to see them be really bad in things too. Is the thing.
Were they bad though? Like, were they bad?
Oh, yes. And I mean, the movie didn't do them any favors. Like the dialogue was terrible.
Well, I mean, sure.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, no one could have made that good.
like
but
I've seen
yeah.
Natalie Portman do some really good stuff, but sometimes, like, well, the dialogue George wrote might not have been the
Whose fault is that?
You
Not
know?
hers.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
She
Leave
did-
Freddie Prinze alone.
Yeah. Leave Freddie alone.
I mean, he didn't seem like he tried to make it any better.
Like Freddie Prinze was asleep at the wheel. I feel like the entire movie.
Yeah.
He really didn't give much of anything.
Maybe he was praying and
Other
wanting
than
Jesus to take it.
like, it looked like he was French kissing the whole movie. Like I can't describe it, but his mouth was just open and his tongue was just
he
moving
was-
everywhere.
he
There was a
had
bunch of
a
moisture. I don't know.
Vacant expression.
Ridiculous.
Like a half-dried
Haunting.
droplet of saliva
Yeah.
on his bottom lip, perpetually.
Like whenever the mask mandates are still, I still wear my mask out. That's the face I make when I'm out with my mask on because I don't care what my mouth looks like.
And like Matthew Lillard was fine, but his character was written as a guy that you could not possibly like.
Are you sure?
Yes.
He was very unlikable.
I want to watch this movie now. So I like both those guys in
I
different
mean,
things.
don't get me wrong. I'll watch it again.
I guess.
But yeah. So that was a highlight of my week.
Okay. Now, Calvin, separately, you were trying to converse about Dax Shepard. Was there
Yeah.
something you wanted to say about this man?
His brother is from Scrubs, right?
I don't think so. What do you mean his brother?
His real life brother is the main actor from Scrubs.
Zachary Braff?
Oh, I don't think they're related at all.
Oh, Zach Braff, that's his name.
Isn't that
He
his
looks
name?
exactly like him.
Zach Braff is the name of the guy from
No, yeah.
Scrubs.
I don't know. I mean, he might have a brother, but I don't know who his brother is.
Well, we gotta
I
do
thought it
some
was his
Google
brother
foo,
because they bear
fellas.
such a strong resemblance to each other.
Do they?
My bad.
Our
He's a longtime neighbor of Casey Affleck.
Dax Shepard.
That's a weird fact.
He is the older brother
Hey.
of actress Carly Hatter.
Dude, the first fucking
That
Google,
helped.
like I just put our Dax Shepard and the first thing that came up and Zach Braff related.
It's
See?
just because Calvin Googled it and we're on the same network.
No, it's not. I didn't.
eOnline.com has an article that says Dax Shepard and Zach Braff are practically identical in this face swapped photo. And I'm seeing the face swap photo. I don't see it, but it's on there.
You have face blindness, Eric.
It's good
Sure.
enough for an article on.
Here,
on eOnline.com.
here, Rick, I have it open too if you want to show
Oh,
it.
okay, hang on.
There's the original photo, and then there's their face swapped photo below it from Zach Braff on Twitter from April of 2018.
Here it comes. There it is.
I need to know.
I see that guy's face on that guy's face and that guy's face on that guy's face.
It-
Do they look alike? Sure.
It
but-
seems like they both started with the same preset on a character generator,
Yeah.
but they completely changed
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah. I can recognize. I'm good at recognizing faces. It's like one of my hidden talents.
What?
I'm really good at it. Is there a way to test? We should test this, like
How do
like
you-
a game.
How do
I'll
you
look it up.
test
Like,
faces?
guess who? No.
Guess who?
I'm trying to think of a face game.
Yeah.
I guess who works.
Yeah,
Can you do
no,
like a-
I don't know.
Is there like a face recognized test? Like a standardized test that scientists could like poke at my brain, see if I have a
Man,
super,
he is
super
so
ability?
good at recognizing faces.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a shame about his ear, but
Shame about his ear. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a thing to test that.
like I can't like I'm really bad at like figuring out car models. Like, what kind of car went by? Like I don't know, blue, regular. I can do faces pretty well.
So there are some tests online.
There are tests.
Yes, in order to do it.
Interesting.
I have one from like an Australian university that you can take online.
Oh, down under.
Yeah.
Down under.
Okay.
Let me check it out and see if it would be something good on stream while you guys talk about your weeks.
All right. Well, main thing here is that no, Dax and Zach are not related. No relation between them. So now we've cleared that at least, right?
Yes.
You know what? Now that we've talked about it, I feel like Calvin, we had this conversation before at some point.
I feel like we did too.
And you told me this, and I was like, oh wow, these guys are related. I didn't know that.
Like, makes sense. They look
You just
alike.
lied to me from so long ago.
I don't remember that.
No.
You what?
Do they at all look like Johnny Cage when he appeared in Iron Man 3?
What are you talking about? Is he in Iron Man 3?
Johnny Cage is, yeah. The actor is. He appears very, very briefly.
So. All right. Anyway, now that we've settled that, I think that was the conversation that Calvin was trying to have. While Rick and Eric having a conversation, I've been trying to like, guys, we gotta stop having double conversations. So now we're good. How about everyone else's week? That was mine and Rick's highlight from a week that happened. About you or Calvin?
You know, that would be a fun podcast. We have a double conversation, and then people at the end vote who had the best conversation.
It'd be
Because
so.
one, they have to follow one, but two, like, can they follow both to make a determination?
We could also do it to where one is happening on one channel and one the other.
Yeah.
So like they hear it on the left ear and they hear it on the right ear. That would
yeah,
be
that'd
terrible.
be great for fucking you guys.
Oh, that reminds me.
It would be great for you. You could buy one video and watch it twice and get completely different content. Just change your headphones around.
So on Saturday, I stream Ghost of Tsushima starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, every Saturday.
Yeah. And as you might know, during some Blind Wave streams, sometimes we have audio issues. And so I had Alicia on stream say, I can't hear Rick talking. And everyone else was like, I can hear him fine. I was like, well, I don't see what's wrong. That's weird. And I just keep playing. And eventually I notice that left microphone is way the hell over here.
Why is it over here?
I don't know. Someone must have moved it.
Huh.
But it was like 10 feet away from where it's supposed to be.
Gotcha.
I just didn't notice.
Was this when was this?
Saturday?
Saturday.
This past Saturday.
Yeah.
Not like 2 Saturdays ago or nothing. Like after the
It was last Saturday.
after the Smash stream when we were gonna set up for that. It was
No.
not that.
No, it wasn't for that. So I don't know who moved it. I mean, it's kind of right in the way.
I would blame Dababa.
Maybe.
Yeah. With no information, I'm just going to do that.
Yeah, she probably moved it when she was like.
With no information, I'm gonna blame Aaron.
But Alicia is like Eric in that one ear. Doesn't
Deaf
work.
in one ear? Yes, she is. She is like that.
So.
I think she uses a different lingo than just I'm deaf in one ear. It's I don't know what it was. It was like an abbreviation she used one time.
Mono hearing.
No, that's not an abbreviation. I mean, mono might abbreviate.
It's the name
for
of the
something,
subreddit.
but- Sure. But yeah, so
It's like single-side-deafness or something like that.
yeah,
It's
I
also
think
not
it's
abbreviated.
SSD.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was like, what does a hard drive have to do with anything?
Solid state hard drive. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, that's what it was though. That makes sense.
Like I didn't know.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
You didn't know you were deaf?
I didn't until I was about 5. My
You-
mom decided I sucked at hearing.
Your mom just thought you ignored her all the time.
She did.
Damn it, Eric, come here.
I would always
I'm sorry I didn't
I'd
hear
be
you.
at church. I'd stand on one side of her and then the other. On the one side, I was always well behaved, and the other one, I wasn't, because I couldn't hear her saying "stop that."
So you only behaved if you heard her say "stop that"?
Yeah, and I'd be like, she would whisper something in my ear, and I, as a child, would be like, "Mom, I can't. No, that's the bad one." Like as a kid, I knew before they knew. But you were still kind of like, I don't remember that time or anything. I was just kind of told this, but like, yeah, you just told us one day, like, no, that's my bad ear, and you told me that for like a year before I actually believed you. I thought you were just trying to get out of it, get out of what I was saying. And then they actually went to take me to the tests. So I sat in this like kind of like recording booth with these big giant, huge headphones on that like take up like half my head.
Yeah, they're sound dampening.
And I as a kid or even as an adult, you want to please people. You want to take tests and pass them.
Sure.
So in my left ear, I would hear, and then it said, raise your hand whenever you hear a beep. So I'd hear on my right ear, Eek. And then there'd be a pause, and I just raised my right hand.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "You can hear?" Like, no, do it again. He's just guessing, because there was no like messing up the interval of the thing. It was just like if it skipped a beat, it's on your right. So as a kid, I was like, I'm winning this.
Good job.
Thanks.
Who made the poll?
Oh,
I
what's
need
the
to
poll?
remove permissions for people making polls.
Who to blame?
Me.
Man, I don't know.
I like the poll because chat was very careful that one of the options, the one that won,
Got to
was
69%. That was the
Yeah,
whole
that's pretty
goal of
good.
what they were doing.
It's pretty
and
good.
also to blame Aaron.
I like that poll. Polls never lie.
Nancy
Eric, I
says
should
that
have.
she thinks that she moved the mic when she was taking the Black Widow announcement picture of Aaron. So that's the mystery solved, and we're going to be reacting to Black Widow tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that could have been.
So you guys got to make sure that you look out for that. It's going to be showing up on Disney Plus, so everybody's got to watch Black Widow
Makes sense.
if you want to watch the reaction.
Sure.
But Eric, talking about like being deaf in one ear.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking like I should have used that whenever I first got with Melanie.
Yeah.
Because she always says I never listen.
Sure.
I would have an excuse then. I'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, I can't hear out of this ear. But like the great thing would be like if somehow I could do that and she believed it, but I kept always bouncing it. She never caught on that I was always bouncing it from which ear.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, I'm deaf in that ear. She's like, I thought it was the other side. I'm like, oh no, it's
The
been this
thing
one.
that happens to me when I fail at normal conversational interaction with people, like out in the world, is that I don't want to spend the time to explain that I'm deaf in one ear.
Why?
So I don't know. I just don't.
Why don't you just like,
this
oh,
person
sorry.
doesn't deserve to know.
Deaf in one ear.
Like I can hear. I'm fine.
You could just say deaf in one ear.
I can, but
It's very quick.
then they're
As opposed to you going, huh? And then they repeat it.
no, it's
and
not
you go,
that.
huh?
It's not that. Like 99% of the conversations, I succeed flawlessly. It's fine because guess what? I can hear on this side. I'm fine. But sometimes something will happen, and I'll suddenly realize that a person has been talking to me in a way that the way I've been answering is not appropriate. You know? And I'm like, ah, shit. But it's too late to say I'm deaf because I should have said it before. You know? And I was like, I'm dumb.
Sure. Now it looks like an excuse.
Yeah, it looks like I'm making it up.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, oh, my friend sent that text. You know? So that happens sometimes.
I don't know who that woman was. Well, Calvin, Eric, did you guys have anything from this last week or anything that was things that were exciting or fun or terrible, awful? Did your bird come back that goes, "Ugh"?
No.
My dad's birthday was this week, July 4th. So we had a family get together and food and played games, and we went outside when it got dark and set off a bunch of fireworks. That was fun.
I had my grandmother, my last surviving grandparent, passed away last week, and we went to her funeral, and it's a Catholic funeral, so it's going to take 90 minutes and all that stuff. But we went to the actual community hall just to have like a little get together. My uncle like got up and asked people like, you have any stories about her, and we all shared memories and stuff. He's like, all right, well, we all know what she really loved in life, so we're going to do that now. And he pulled out bingo, and we played bingo for like an hour, and it's one of the most fun I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
So like in her honor, we played bingo for like flowers that were sent.
I was trying to imagine what would be like the craziest scenario of that. I was like, we all know what she really loved.
Hookers and blow.
We're gonna,
I was going to say, yeah.
we're gonna do that. There's like Backstreet Boys, and everyone
Yeah.
just starts like, like I don't know, just in my head, I was just like, what could it be? What could it be?
Yeah.
And she loved Chippendales. Just rips off. I
That
don't know.
might be the most disturbing. Your uncle just rips off his clothes, and
He has a rip away like
he has tearaway
like-
clothes, and he's wearing like
I'm
a,
like, Mac, you were wearing these throughout the service?
Oh man.
So,
See,
yeah.
I want something crazy like that for like
Yeah.
my funeral. I always remember that kind of stuff. Like, man,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I want like a party rather than everyone's like.
It's weird because it's something that you don't think about until, most people don't try to like make those arrangements until they're older, but you really should have those now.
Unless
Yes.
you're Hunter S. Thompson.
I suppose so. I'm just trying to think like what would mine be,
I need to look up his because his is crazy. His was crazy.
I don't think I qualify for a Catholic.
You need like a 21
Funeral
redhead
anymore.
salute
Yeah.
at my funeral.
How do
But
we
we only
shoot them
get
off?
3 and make them
You don't
salute.
shoot them. It's just there's 21 redheads. They're all saluting. That's all
No.
you need.
You just get 3 and make them salute 7 times each.
That's not enough. At least 7. And they do it 3 times.
Aaron,
each.
how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna put like a personal ad in the
Get an
paper,
ad. I
like,
need
21
redheads.
Redheads wanted. No questions.
Oh my gosh.
Hunter S. Thompson's ashes were shot from a cannon to the tune
That's
of
pretty
Bob
cool.
Dylan's Mr. Tambourine Man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
No, I never said anything about shooting anybody. I said a salute.
You see, you want 21 redheads shot and buried with you.
No.
Like some kind of Egyptian king.
No. That's not what I want.
One of my favorite jokes from the show Friends is Ross and Monica's father talks about what he wants to happen when he dies. And he's like, I want to be buried at sea. They're like, why? You weren't in the Navy or anything. He's like, I just think my friends would be like, huh, Jack Geller, buried at sea. Huh.
Weird.
Buried at sea.
I like the idea of, like, they do that thing where they, like, turn you into a tree.
Or a diamond.
I just hate the idea of the tree, like, oh, yeah, Locust got it, you know? Because that's like a second death.
Lightning strikes it. You're like,
Yeah.
no,
Like, especially if
Aaron!"
your loved ones are still around, you know? Like,
Yeah.
a couple of generations and no one remembers who you are, that's fine, but... I
mean-
like, I don't want, like, you know, like, I die, Jancy buries the tree me, it starts to come up, and then, like, it gets attacked by, like, insects, her worst fear.
Sure,
No,
yeah.
It's not gonna help her grieve, you know?
Somehow the tree attracts like thousands of those birds that go, "Ugh," and they all
fucking
make
trees.
nests in it
Yeah.
and keep her awake.
Yeah.
Now she hates it.
Yeah. Now she orders to have it cut down. And she's like sobbing.
But I do like the idea of being a tree.
I like the idea of the tree catching on fire and a little
Yeah.
Yoda being like,
The sacred text.
I like the Metal Gear Solid way of being eaten by ravens.
I suppose,
Not
but
bad.
Rick, there was nothing left
Exactly.
at all. Just gone.
Yep.
Bones and everything.
What celebrity was it? Was it Prince? Someone wanted their ashes to be like put into champagne, and everybody has to toast to them and drink them.
See, I don't want that.
Like Christ.
Jesus. Okay.
I think it might be Johnny Depp wanted to do that. I don't know. Someone eccentric, if you could believe such a thing.
Do you
That's one like party that I wouldn't want to be invited to.
Yeah.
you remember back whenever it was, I think it was Angelina Jolie was with Billy Bob Thornton and she
Yeah.
wore like a vial of his blood around her neck or something like that?
Yeah.
Sure do.
I thought that was pretty eccentric.
That
Yeah.
was pretty
I'm
weird.
like, that's
yeah.
interesting.
It's like a Horcrux.
Different.
Yeah.
But I guess if
Certainly different.
I guess if it's true love,
Yeah.
I don't think they're
What
together
are
anymore.
like? We gotta look up. What are like the craziest ways to be buried, or what's the right word? Like you can be burnt, you can be buried, you can be shot into
Entombed.
space. You know, I don't know. Like, what are like all the different options?
Craziest ways to be put to rest?
Maybe.
Top 10 weird ways to deal with the dead. Does that count?
Yeah.
All right. This is from Live Science or Live Science. I don't know which one it is. They have mummification.
Mummification is kind of cool. If you can be buried with like the Stone Army, like all my Black Series.
Cryonics.
Oh, you're just frozen. That's with the idea that one day they would have solved death and they bring you back, right? That's like what.
Yes,
Walt
soon after
Disney-
death, participants are stored in liquid nitrogen solution to prevent decay
Yeah.
until that time comes when death becomes a reversible phenomenon.
Yeah.
Until then, the bodies remain on ice. Shown here is a 4-body liquid nitrogen.
Mm-hmm.
Balinese cremation.
What's that?
Contrary to the more somber Western funerals, cremation ceremonies among the Hindus of Bali have an almost carnival-like atmosphere. Festive floats parade down local streets accompanying the body to a burning ground
Yeah.
where it is transferred into a ceremonial bull receptacle and set alight.
Okay.
Which, though, I remember a bull in Amnesia that hollowed, that was like bellowed.
Yeah.
I remember that. Makes me think
You know,
of that.
the
Way it
custom I do like, and it did happen over the weekend, was when you're traveling from the funeral home to the graveyard, and they put the little flag on your car, and you could pretty much just blow by all the stoplights and stuff, and people have to wait. But like, I don't know, maybe just because I was in a certain headspace then, but I really got affected by like everybody pulled over. Like sometimes people will just like kind of drive by like slowly, but everybody pulled over. I saw like so many people with their hats off there was a highway patrolman that like got out of his car and had his hat off. It was nice. Kind of a parade, just a little more somber.
Yeah. You could get plastination.
Ooh, what's that?
Send your corpse on a tour of museums around the world with plastination, developed by German scientist Gunther von Hagens. His popular Body Worlds exhibit showcases the controversial preservation technique, which involves dissecting the body into bits, embalming it with hardening fluid, and reposing the body into various educational positions.
Gotcha. Yeah. So like getting stuffed.
I think it's like plastic.
It's like taxidermy, but German.
They
can donate your body to science. That's one, right?
It's like fossilized wood, but for people.
When you donate your body to science, what do they do when like students are done performing stuff on you?
I mean, they
probably burn them.
Probably burn and dispose.
Gotcha. Okay.
Some of these aren't necessarily like these are just ways that people dealt with them before. This one is Neanderthal cave burials. This one is bog bodies. Travelers who accidentally crossing murky bogs in northern Europe that would fall into it and die in the bogs. Yeah.
Preserved in there.
But this one's in Tibetan sky burial. Ever wanted to fly in Tibet, you get to do just that, only after you've already died. Instead of trying to bury bodies in the hard, rocky ground, some Tibetans send their loved ones to the top of a mountain and leave them to be eaten by vultures. The disassembled corpses are even mixed with flour and milk for a tastier treat to make sure that every bit leaves the earth for good.
I mean, I don't really... I mean, it sounds like what, but I actually kind of like that. I like the idea of like returning back, like Mufasa, like
going back
the body
to
becomes
nature,
the grass,
right?
You know?
Yeah, or like the Force, right? Becoming back into the Force, rather than like, I feel like that's better than embalming and putting all the stuff into you, where like like people don't decay anymore and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
There's Viking ship burials where they send them out and catch it on fire and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The tree burials that we talked about earlier.
Tree burials.
Where you're turned into a tree.
I just love that.
It'd be interesting
I think
to,
of like McGonagall transforming my body into a tree.
Yeah.
Transfiguration.
Indigenous tribes in many parts of the world discovered the best way to dispose of the dead was to put them up high rather than down below. Groups in Australia, British Columbia, the American Southwest, and Siberia were known to practice tree burials, which involved wrapping the body in a shroud or cloth and placing it in the crook to decompose.
Yeah.
It's like you're going in and like getting taken up in the tree. That'd be weird.
I do like the concept of a Viking funeral where they put you in a boat and then they push you and then they fire an arrow and it burns. But like, does it just like burn away and then go into the water? Like I always imagine like that happens and the next day you're walking down and you just see like Uncle Jed,
his bones have come back over.
His boat is there, half burnt. You're like, ah! And it's not very good for the grieving process.
I mean,
probably not great.
Maybe they make it so it sinks. Huh?
Bones don't float.
Yeah.
Not yours.
No, definitely not mine. Mine, if everyone's, definitely don't float.
Did you ever hear the thing about Disneyland? Like Disney World and Disneyland, like they had to like come out and say, please stop putting spreading ashes at our parks. Like it's becoming a biohazard.
What?
Because so many people were bringing their loved ones to like, you know, the place they were most happy. And they would spread ashes at Disney World, but there was like so many, it became a problem.
Man.
Because like people were coming up and like trying to scoop it up and stuff, you know?
That's crazy. I can't imagine being like, of course I've never been to Disney World. Maybe it's such a magical place. I'd want to be spread there. But
I mean, it's magical because of the ash of our dead loved ones there.
I suppose.
It's like Indian burial ground.
Like ashes into the world.
It's like a cursed spirit.
Yeah, like Pet Cemetery, right? It's like that. But,
Pet Cemetery?
Yeah, but happy.
What? I don't think it's like that.
The urban legends, Walt Disney's like frozen, right?
Frozen head.
His head is frozen.
Just his head, yeah.
Well, actually, that one thing that we were talking about with the cryonics or whatever, the first thing it says was, who's never heard of Walt Disney's quest for immortality by having his body frozen? Well, while that was an urban legend, cryonic science is a reality, currently only legal to perform on those who have been pronounced dead.
Yeah.
So
I can't freeze myself before I die?
Apparently not.
Dang.
And I wonder if they say that because
you would
like
die, right? By freezing yourself?
Well, see, I guess it falls in that whole idea of like souls and what makes a person, and if they're dead, do they move on? But then their body's been frozen, so like, can you bring them back, or will it be them?
Like if your brain.
So
dead.
If you do that before they die, like say someone's in a coma, and you just freeze them,
Yep.
like they're still there, then maybe you can bring them back to life since they were in a coma, right? But if you wait until they're dead, maybe their soul's no longer there or whatever.
Yeah.
And now if you bring them back, it doesn't matter.
If they have oxygen in their brain, if they're still
brain, if you don't freeze it quickly enough to the point where the brain starves of oxygen and your organs start shutting down and stuff like that, then the liquid in your body also expands to the point of breaking your cellular tissue down to where even if they did thaw you out, you would just turn to mush, basically. So they're trying to find that balance of freezing someone quickly enough to where the brain doesn't die, but slow enough to where they don't burst into pudding.
Sure.
Wonder if you would be allowed to bury yourself, have a headstone, but also have one of those bells that they used to have, where like if you were still alive, you could ring it and someone would come and dig you up. But then like have the bell mechanized and occasionally have it ring.
Just make it ring.
Yeah.
You know, if it's allowed, I don't know if it's allowed, but like you guys will be witness and everybody that's listening will be witness. Like honestly, I think one of my ways that I would want my funeral to happen was be a Jedi funeral pyre, and you guys all have to wear robes with the hoods up, and you play the song from the end of Phantom Menace, which is called Qui-Gon's Noble End, and just no one say anything. Watch it burn.
I don't think we would be allowed.
Maybe
to
bring
do that.
marshmallows to remember me. Yeah, I don't know if it's allowed, but
Yeah.
I would like to be like, did you hear what happened at Eric's funeral? Like, what?
They stole his body and burned him.
Man, well, let's at least give him like a post-mortem win on the Schmodown then.
Post-mortem win. There is a San Francisco, this is in 2016 though, a San Francisco company called Elysium Space pledges to send the cremated remains of clients into space for $2,000.
$2,000.
Dang.
I guess it's just like a little bag of ash or something, right?
Yeah, a little capsule or something.
So
Now,
you could
do they,
maybe go to
like-
space.
Do they like mix them all together into like one big capsule, or do they send up like mini shipments?
This just says that it will send a portion of your cremated remains or those of your loved one into space on a CubeSat that will then orbit the Earth for several months before ultimately re-entering the atmosphere and burning up in a spectacular blaze.
Okay.
So that's
So
what they
they're-
do. So you could become a meteorite.
I like the sound of that.
You know what I mean? Like,
I do like that. And then like in 100 years, somebody digs me up and makes a ring out of me or something.
maybe. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think they can make diamonds out of you, right? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, they can compress like the leftover
Could we do
carbon
that?
ash down into diamond or
If
whatever.
I had a conventional funeral, I wonder if you can put like on retainer or like set it up so that no one, like, you know, we've joked about this, like make sure you do this for the other person. But could I, by myself before I die, pay a certain amount of money to a certain group of people that's going to arrange this so that all my loved ones, you guys have no idea it's going to happen, but at my funeral, like, people show up to like pay me tribute, but you have no idea who they are. And they're dressed like assassins from Russia, from China,
And
from Egyptian. Like the Magi show up.
They don't say anything.
They don't say anything. They don't look at you. You know, like maybe someone gets punched. But
There's
there's like agents
companies-
with stuff in their ears. You know.
There's companies that will do
Yeah.
like very extravagant things.
Yeah.
Like
gotta
they'll,
be a thing.
they'll pretend to like kidnap you and stuff. Like we saw in that
Yeah,
one episode
yeah.
of Lucifer.
Sure.
Like-
But I just wonder if I'm able to do that for my own funeral. So not even like my closest loved ones will be like, wait, what was that? Was that a joke? Did you guys joke? No one did this. And
So
then, like,
you
make it
die
geeked
and people
out.
just come up and give
Yeah.
something?
As long as, yeah, but it's got to be like so that my friends and family see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is similar to like at your funeral having like that guy off in the distance
Yeah.
wearing like a suit or something like
Yeah.
that, like
With,
under
like,
the
a-
tree
It's
with
got
an
to be
umbrella.
like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? What was his life that we didn't know?
Sure.
I thought it was all blind wave and toys.
Blind waving toys. Well, Eric, I did find this as mentioned previously. Real Viking funerals are legal, and having one is actually rather simple too.
Okay.
You can be cremated through your cremation choice in a crematorium, or if you can arrange it legally on an open-aired pyre in Crestone, Colorado, which is apparently the only place in the
You
United
can
States
only do it there.
where
huh?
you can have an open-aired pyre.
I
is
mean,
in-
I got a lot of land out in Whipple. Like they wouldn't know. Like, we burned our trash when we were kids.
What are you
know,
gonna do
that's
with the
real
bones,
illegal.
Eric?
Huh?
What are you gonna do with the bones? Then you just have human remains on your
Throw them to the pigs.
land, and then like your kids like get arrested for murder or something.
Just give them to Obi.
Oh my gosh.
He would love it.
I wonder why only Crestone, because what I was looking up, like in most of the United States, it's illegal, except for in Crestone, Colorado.
Yeah.
Founded by the Vikings, I guess.
It's weird. They have a Crestone end-of-life project, a non-denominational, community-based group promoting informed end-of-life choices and supporting their fulfillment. One of
They
which
make
is to
that-
do a pyre site.
Before or after League was legalized there.
I would say
Uh,
before.
I wonder if one led to the other.
I
Mm.
don't think those would have a connection.
It'd be weird if you were like on an open air pyre and you had somebody like stuff the shit out of your pyre with like weed, and then they light it up and everybody gets high.
Like that's the last memory they have of you. Is
Yeah.
just, even they're high as hell.
Just getting
Yeah, I don't know if that's what
so
it is,
baked.
but that would be interesting. It'd be like those. I read articles where like police would seize a lot of like marijuana and stuff, and then they would do like burnings of it.
Yeah.
But they were just standing around burning this stuff.
Everyone's
And on the
gonna get
initial
high.
burn and stuff, they were like, yeah, they were basically smoking some of it.
Darkwing asks, like Disneyland, where would your happy place be to spread your ashes? Why is it Arby's, Eric?
Arby's is probably what killed me. Why would I do that?
Arby's
where would
the
my
restaurant
happy place
or
be? I don't know. I mean, honestly, like I have like, oh, this would be cool, this would be cool, this would be cool, but it's really just my loved ones that are left there. Like whatever helps them, like process grief the most. So I don't know.
Well, what about like having your urn and it being in like classic plastics?
They get sold. Some wave rider would come in. That guy's definitely gonna make a profit, you know.
Wait, we cremate and put them in toys? That you said?
No, we put the urn in classic plastics.
Oh, I was
like
thinking
the
of
toy
like
store
we turn the ashes somehow into like plastic and make you into an action figure.
That could be.
of him?
You know, like we.
Yeah, but then
some-
we'll have like a Chucky situation.
No, okay. Take all
That
my
might not be
ashes,
bad.
put a little bit in a piece of merch. You guys will make a lot of money.
What?
Yeah, like
Like the
here's
Kiss
a-
comic book.
like this is a coaster, but inside the coaster is an ash of Eric Whiteley,
Is a
and then you guys
single
could sell coasters.
flake of ash?
So we have.
Someone's gonna buy my ash.
I mean, we could
Your
only
ass
do.
ash.
I mean, if you can only take a little bit of ashes
Yeah.
after we burn you down, at most we could only do what? 10,000?
20.
20,000?
Like people will buy that, right? Just for the story, just how fucked up it is.
Mine would be the opposite. I would want mine put into copies of Candyland
Yeah.
so people would not buy them.
Oh. I said this the other day. I don't remember when we were talking about it, but Kiss, the band, did
Yeah.
a comic book
Rick brought it up.
in which they put drops of their blood in the ink, and then they printed their comic book. So if you bought a Kiss comic book, you had like their blood in it. They thought it was real hardcore.
They should have put like their blood, their sweat, and their tears.
Yeah.
You know? And then you have that line. And you're like, we put our blood, sweat, and tears in this comic.
That's pretty good.
Oh, damn.
You should,
Hardcore.
if you discover time travel, use it for that, and that alone.
Only that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to fix this. This is how you get people will like this more. Ah. All right. Did we ever cover the people's things for the week? Are we good now?
That was my week.
Okay. I don't
Jedi
remember how we got
funeral
to,
for me.
I can remember how we got to the topic of what we were talking
We're
about.
talking
I
about
forgot.
funerals.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot. Tom, do you have anything?
Yeah, you talk about
Dad's birthday.
Yeah,
Dad's birthday. Okay.
that
So
Yep.
we're good then on that.
was a good time.
It was a great time. Lots of fireworks.
All right, well, let's talk about the new Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I just saw a thing about it when I was going on to YouTube to like look at the polls and stuff of what's been going on. And when I opened up YouTube, it's like new Switch announced. I'm like, what? There's a new
Rick.
Switch announced. And Rick's like, yeah, you didn't know? I'm like, well, have we talked about it?
So you haven't heard anything about it
Until
yet.
just then. That's all I saw was it was a new Switch.
Yeah.
And it has OLED,
Yep.
which stands for
OLED.
what? Obtuse language educational dampening.
Detention.
Oh, that could be it too. I don't know. What's it stand
No,
for, Rick?
It has to do with the display. Right.
Yeah. It's like an LED
Optical
display,
LED
but
or
it's
whatever.
O stands for. I forget.
No. Ole.
It stands for Organic Light Emitting Diode.
Yes.
Well, nothing
Or
stands for.
organic
Diode.
LED.
So, have you seen any of the specs for the things that are included with it, or is it
I have
just
no
the
idea.
OLED?
I only saw the OLED.
All right.
Yeah.
And I didn't
So-
click on it because I was busy looking for
So
the poll.
let's go through what is improved, and then Aaron will give us his if he wants to upgrade or not.
Okay.
So you know all about this already too?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's out like 5 days ago, everywhere,
2 days ago.
whatever.
Now this makes more sense though, because I did see a picture that was talking about something,
Yeah.
and they were comparing something with like an OLED, but I thought they were looking at it from like this TV versus this TV kind of
Sure.
thing or something. I didn't know what it was. But they were talking about like the new Pokemon games coming out.
So if it's in docked mode, there's really no changes. The only change in docked mode is the internal storage is more.
Good.
It's 64 gigabytes or whatever.
Yeah. But as far as like the handheldness
Wow.
goes, it's moving from a 6.2-inch LCD screen to a 7-inch OLED screen. So the screen's bigger. It has a wider kickstand, so the kickstand goes all the way across the console, which is kind of nice.
That's handy, rather
Yeah.
than having that one like 2/3 of the way over on one side.
Enhanced audio through new speakers. And I guess the new dock does have a LAN port built in, so you don't have to have the adapter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no CPU or RAM changes. Like no changes as far as its processing power or anything like that.
Mm.
Mainly just the screen.
Okay. Is this what the people were anticipating to be the Switch Pro?
It is not.
Ooh. It's confirmed to be at a price of $349.99 in North America. And it's coming out the same day as Metroid Dread, October 8th.
I just wonder if it's like this is what they were working on. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Switch Pro is gonna be announced," and it's just this, and like, "Oh, that
I think people are hoping for a more powerful machine.
yeah."
Yeah, like it really doesn't seem like a reason, if you already have a Switch, to get a new one.
Especially for me, because I rarely play the Switch not in docked mode. So I would say especially
Sure.
for me.
Yeah.
Though I can understand some people being like, I'd play it off all the time. And
Sure. And a
But if
little bigger screen is nice, and the OLED would probably be better. I do like the kickstand though, especially if you're like traveling a lot with it and stuff.
Sure. I mean, I
And it
already
has-
have a.
Ooh,
Has
wow.
different angle adjustments.
Rick, yeah, I
too.
see what you're talking about because I'm looking at this one here, and it has like different types of. Like once the kickstand's out, you can adjust how
Yeah.
high of a kickstand you want it to
Yeah.
be.
Though, to be fair, I have mine in a case that does that already.
Yeah, I already bought a kickstand for mine separately.
Yeah.
That
Sure,
attaches to it.
But you had to do that because the kickstand that came with it wasn't that
terrible.
great.
Yeah, but the
Definitely.
case looks so much cooler than just not with a case.
Well, wait until they have special edition Switches. Which
Can just get a
honestly,
new
all they do is they
case.
just put neat stuff on the
Special edition Switch
on
would
the
be
dock-
if it could
on the
run
dock
Breath of the
and not
Wild at
on the
60 frames a
actual-
second.
What? You didn't remember what I was saying?
I said special edition Switch would be if it could run Breath of the Wild at 60 frames a second.
You don't need that.
Not the angle of its wide kickstand.
I mean, for handheld wise, yeah.
I mean,
and-
if you don't have a Switch, it's probably the one to get. Well, what's a normal Switch run?
what's the
$300.
250, 300?
What
It
they
was
get?
$299. I thought.
So they
when it
got
was
rid of a
coming out.
USB port to get an Ethernet port on it.
Well, there used to be 2 USB ports on the back, but now
Oh.
they have.
There's a USB-C for power, HDMI, and there was a USB port here.
I thought there was 2.
On the sides, there would be 2 USB.
Yeah.
But back
Okay,
here,
maybe
they
that's
just
what I was thinking of.
removed one USB port and then put a LAN port there for it. So, because I was
Looks
like,
like
wait a
it-
minute, would you lose what?
It looks like it's a $50 increase.
Gotcha.
So if you're going to be playing it in portable a lot, it's probably the one to go with.
Yeah, I would say if you, especially if you don't have a Switch and you're looking for it, like go ahead and get it. You know.
The dock looks a little different too.
It is a different dock. And I don't think it's compatible between the two.
Sure, maybe not.
Probably not.
I know a lot of people were upset by it didn't address like stuff like Joy-Con drift, major problems the Switch has had since the beginning, still not really being solved or worked on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know the Joy-Cons are compatible,
Yeah.
but I don't know if there are different Joy-Cons in this one.
I think they're just the same.
And there's the back of it again. Ah, dang it. trying to look at the back of this because the back even looks different too. I'm curious on the way that this is. Like, there's like a. Yeah, because here's the 2 USB ports here. It just looks a lot. It just looks different. I don't know.
Looks a
Maybe
bit
it's
cleaner.
also this like. They all have like one cable coming off the back, but it's probably just all the cables, but they like wrapped it in something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks like.
I don't know. I would say like if you want a Switch and you don't have one, maybe go with this. But I don't know if I'm in a hurry to like swap out. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But okay. I was waiting for there to be like a lot more stuff that you were gonna be saying. Like, look at all this stuff that it does.
Everybody was, I think.
Yeah, the announcement did not go over super well
Hmm.
on social media and the like.
Now, is there a reason that you don't think the dock would work? Because I imagine it's still USB-C. The power back in the back was still USB-C.
I mean, that's just a
Because
guess.
I've been looking at getting, because my kids have taken the Switch up to their bedroom, and I want to put it back in the living room, so I thought about getting like just another dock. If I can get one of these docks too that also just come with the Ethernet port,
Then you don't have to get the dongle.
then I can just have the Ethernet port, and I can just take this dock, give them my old dock.
It says the new Switch OLED also fits in the existing Switch dock, which means players who buy the Switch OLED and still have an older Switch will be able to have a dock at 2 different TVs and use either system in each.
Okay. That's interesting then. Okay,
Cool.
good. I was wondering, because you said about that, I wasn't sure what the differences would be as to why.
The only thing they say it doesn't work with is Labo games.
Labo, really?
Huh.
I wonder why. Aren't those the cardboard ones?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
cardboard ones.
Oh, I know why.
Well,
The
it's,
screen size and stuff is different.
yeah, it's bigger.
So it's going to change up the way, because you have to use the goggle stuff on those, so
Oh, that makes sense. I guess.
that would make sense as to why. My kids have played that, and they like that stuff. So it's $350, huh?
$350. I love my Switch. But I don't think I'll be getting this
I was waiting for, like, and or but.
one.
Like, I love my Switch, and I'm ready to get this. Or but. Yeah, more storage is nice, but it's not that much more storage.
And you can get up to like a 2 terabyte SD card.
That's what I've done, is I've gotten a big SD card to put into it
Yeah.
to be able to save a lot of stuff. I actually upgraded, because originally I only had like a 32 in there. And I was like, I'm upgrading this as soon as I can. I found another one, put it in. But yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. I'm not super hyped or nothing. It doesn't like catch me where I'm like, damn, really excited.
It's not like the Wii Pro controller or,
I mean,
whatever it was.
I guess if I was going to use
Motion Plus.
Where they had the motion in the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess if I was going to use the Switch more mobily, I would just get like the Switch Lite, which is a lot smaller,
You want smaller, not bigger?
probably. That's if I was intending on using it more, like throw it in a backpack kind of thing. But I don't know.
I wonder why they did this and didn't like do this with other stuff, like the 4K that everyone was.
I mean, they
wanting from
probably
the
had a price
Pro.
point that they wanted to hit. Would be my guess, maybe. Or
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, the thing too is like,
They should work with Razer.
if you do
Oh, fucking Ultra Switch.
have multiple versions, like, then developers have to choose and like have maybe multiple modes in games.
Sure.
'Cause,
Like, should the Switch Pro with 4K capabilities be more like the Wii U, where it's the next console they do,
Yeah.
and it's actually upgraded with similar ideas and whatnot, or should it be let's do it again, and now they have to make games geared towards this and geared towards this because there's different parameters they got to fit into or whatever? Because that's one of the things too, is like we've seen we played Mortal Kombat, right? When we played Mortal Kombat on the PlayStation, it was definitely a different experience than playing on the Switch.
Mhm.
Like, you could tell. And it's like, well, you got to accommodate that and plan that when you're making these games to release it on all these consoles.
I always loved the Force Unleashed, the Star Wars game that had come out. They had them on all the major consoles, but for the Wii version, they had to just make a whole other game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people liked that game more than the other.
And they
regular
implemented
version.
some of the motion controls and using it with the Force and stuff, which can be cool, but it's also very different, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've had different things with the DS, right? They had the DS, then they made like the DS XL or whatever. Like, they made a bigger one. They've made.
Do you think that
eventually they get the
from
3DS.
here on they can never really go back from the melding of the handheld and the console gaming? Like, because the 3DS was huge for them, you know, and then the Wii was huge for them. But like now we've kind of like it's one thing. Do they go back from that ever, or is that always like every 50 years from now Nintendo has another?
I honestly
handheld
think
console?
this is the way they should probably go
Yeah.
with it, because so many people have phones and stuff now.
Yeah.
If you just make it where, I mean, they have like Mario Run and different things that they can do. Put those on phones, and then you
Mhm.
have that there. And if you want something that's more video game oriented, have a console that you can plug into your TV or take with you, and you can play the same games either way.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea, because
Yeah.
then you just have one thing that you can take on the go, play there. I love the connectivity of being able to play, like, you know, if I have my Switch and Rick has his and we want to play Mario Party and we can put ours together and do some crazy shit
Yeah.
with the way that they connect together and do different things, you
Mhm.
know, and I like that idea. But
So probably never go back.
I don't think they
I wouldn't
should.
really want them to, but I just
Yeah.
wonder if
Yeah.
I mean, the real question is like, do they go VR? Or, like, do they do something crazy?
yeah.
It would be cool if you could plug your Switch into like a VR headset.
Like, is the next Nintendo going to be just a VR headset?
Didn't Nintendo
Like, they could
do
do
like
that.
a VR headset?
Virtual Boy.
Virtual Boy. Yeah, I remember that. It was like red.
Didn't go well, but they also tried
My cousin had
motion
one.
controls for the NES, and those didn't work.
Yeah.
Then technology changed, and
Yeah.
they released the Wii, and it sold like gangbusters.
And they have the Power Glove.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the Power Glove.
You know, you could steer with that thing, right?
You could punch with it and punch out.
Yeah. And that was on the NES back in, what was that, early 90s, late 80s?
I don't know when it came out, but I mean, the NES was like 1985 in America.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, they were trying.
It was out by the time the Wizard came out. What was that, 90?
I don't know when the
8?
Wizard came out, Rick. When did the Power Glove release? 1989, December.
89, yeah, so that's... Yeah, the Wizard was 89 as well. I was way off. I guess that makes sense, because it would have been around Super Mario Bros. 3, which was...
And it would have been really relevant to be in a big movie like that.
That makes sense.
Big movie like that, yeah.
All right, well,
So-
that's all I got about the Switch.
Yeah, I'm not as excited as I thought I was going to be when I first mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, look at this. And you're like, you didn't know? You weren't like, yeah, isn't it great? You weren't like any of that, so I guess it makes
I
sense.
think it was the other day. I went to Rick. I'm like, huh. Did you think about the Switch? He went, yeah. Talk about it later.
Well, Rick was like, me and Eric talked about it. I'm like, you did? When? I wasn't here. But I probably missed that.
yeah.
And that was you talking about it.
Yeah, the other thing I've got that was put on our live podcast suggestions box over on our Discord, Richard Donner passed away, age of 91.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Director of Superman, The Goonies, Lethal Weapon.
Dang.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Richard Donner.
I saw that online. But yeah, no,
Superman 2, the Donner cut, man.
a lot of really good movies that he worked
If you've
on.
never seen the Donner cut of Superman 2, you must, because it's
I have no idea if I
so
did or
good.
didn't.
sure.
I don't know.
I mean, you would have had to have sought it out because it didn't like broadcast or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't released. It was like a release.
Eventually it was, but I'm not sure when.
Yeah. I mean, eventually it was on DVD and stuff, but I don't think they ever really aired it much on cable or anything.
2006 re-edited director's cut of the 1980s film.
Calvin's a big fan of Lady Hawk,
Yeah.
Lady Hawk. That sounds familiar.
Matthew Broderick.
Rutger Hauer, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Huh? I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Never seen
I
Lady
really enjoyed the Lethal Weapons.
Really good.
Probably.
Did he do all the Lethal Weapons?
Yeah.
Really? It's crazy because I feel like it's not very often that you have someone who starts Lethal Weapon, right, or a series in general, and sticks with it. You know, look at like Alien, Terminator, I don't know, James Bond. Like, there's the franchises, and they don't have the same person on all of them.
Sure.
And having 4 Lethal Weapons makes me feel like, man, there's no way that the same director did all those, but that's good if he did.
He also did Scrooged and The Omen. The Omen is amazing.
Omen with a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Scrooge is great. I love Scrooge. With Bill Murray,
That guy you hate.
who plays just like most roles he's in, a little angrier.
True.
Huh.
It's like the last thing he was a director on was 16 Blocks.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah.
Is that Bruce Willis?
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
Sense.
It was one of those where like, I should watch this someday, but I never have.
Oh dang, he did Timeline.
Oh yeah, Timeline, the Michael Crichton.
That was the one with Paul Walker that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else starred in that?
Gerard Butler did. Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
That's most of the names I reckon. Neil McDonough.
What's he look like?
Which one? Neil?
Neil. Oh
Looks like
yeah.
that.
Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Yeah, he played Tin Man in one of the Wizard of Oz reboot things.
Really?
Like, yeah. Right? Am I thinking right?
I don't know. I did not know he did
For
that.
sure. It was like Tin Man was, instead of being like an actual robot or something like that, he was like a grizzly cop. It was like more gritty, realistic Wizard of Oz.
Was it called Wizard of Oz?
No, it's called Tin Man.
It's
Pretty sure.
called Tin Man.
Yeah.
Tin Man. It's a TV series. Then, right?
I don't know. I never saw it, but I know the premise of it. Yeah, Deschanel was in it.
Zoe Deschanel?
Mm-hmm.
So it's newer then.
That's fairly new. It was,
2007. Huh.
Yeah.
Alan Cumming is in it? I've never heard of this. Richard Dreyfuss is in it? What is this? I have to
I
check
just
this
saw
out.
a shit ton of ads for it.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, like Zoe is more of like the Dorothy, and then he's like a cop that looks nothing like a Tin Man, but yeah. And then you have Alan Cumming, who looks like, I guess, the Scarecrow, and then I think Richard Dreyfuss is the Lion.
The Cowardly Lion.
I think. I mean, it's an interesting group right there.
Mm-hmm.
I have to maybe look at this.
It's a TV show. Yow Sow.
It's a mini series
Oh, is it?
that looks like it only has 3 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So it's not really long, but each episode is about hour and a half. So
I don't want to rule out
Checks out.
miniseries because we have to do Sam Neill's Merlin someday.
Yes, we do.
I've never seen that.
And Dune.
I've never seen that.
I'll give you Dune if you give me Merlin.
I was in on Merlin ground floor. Right there with you.
Oh, you know something that happened this week that was exciting?
What?
We got our verified check on YouTube.
Yeah.
Dude, I swore
Yeah.
you were going to bring up the deli.
I was waiting for him to bring it up.
I can't bring it up. I haven't gone yet.
I didn't want to
okay.
take that from him.
But yes, we did. We got our verified check,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
I mean, we've been verified for years, but to get the actual check, you had to submit a paper, and I did so about 4 years ago.
Yeah, I had to make some changes to the website for it.
Yeah,
Way back
or
when.
whatever. When we first did the website, I think it was around the time that I did it again,
Yeah.
and nothing ever happened. So then, like 2 weeks ago, I was just like, "Motherfucker, I want this check. Real rejects have the check. I want the check." You know. So I submitted again, and it went through in like 4 days, and we got the check.
Write the check.
Yeah, got the check.
So what does that mean? Do we are
have a
we
check.
real, or does that make us more popular?
It makes
or...
it so that we are Blind Wave.
Yeah, so slash blind wave is now a thing, right?
It is a thing, but it's mainly like, you know, if you're Richard Donner, you know, there could be a bunch of people that have Richard Donner in their screen name, but you have the check, meaning you are Richard Donner that everybody knows.
Right.
So we're
You
Blind
are-
Wave. People could put Blind Wave in their name, but we are verified Blind Wave, that group that is branded as such.
Can we still
the idea.
be blue wave?
Yeah.
Just checking.
But
So,
as long as we are blind,
that's the
wave
main
too.
idea.
Yeah, verified.
It also makes it easier to get other verified checks too, right?
You think that would
Mhm.
like happen for whenever they send the plaque?
You think? Yeah, imagine how many plaques they send out. That's just like people just scamming, making money.
Sure.
Like there's people that have 1 million channels that are just like funny animal videos that they just steal from other people, compile it, put on there, and they make $10,000 a month. They probably have just a wall of those things.
Where they're just putting out videos to try to just get whatever they can. And it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a channel. It's
if
just,
you do that, it's not really it's not a scam, but there are people that will just go create a new channel, go and find music that's free license, that anybody can use this music, put it into a 10-hour video and say relaxing, calm music for studying.
Yeah. And
guess what? Their watch time is through the roof because people search for that, find it, and watch it for how many hours when they're studying, and they make money from that, and do that for every day for a couple months. You're going to have a pretty huge channel. You're not going to have a lot of subscribers.
Was it with you guys or was it separate?
You will.
When I was looking at some stuff for Spotify, and it was like how much people make from Spotify. Yeah. And usually it's like, well, unless you're Drake or, I don't know, whoever's like super popular, right, that's getting a lot of like views on Spotify, what they do is they take like the whole plethora of revenue they have and then they percentage it out based on listens to the people. Right. So if they have $100, right, and Drake has 50% of the listens, he gets $50.
Sure.
And then everyone else gets a split of that other $50.
Yeah, the other million people get a split of that 50.
So like if you only had one song that someone listened to and you get 5 cents, but Drake got $50 kind of thing. But one of the things I saw was there was like an album that someone put out, which was like, it was just like nothing. And I was like, guys, listen to this while you sleep. Just hit play and let this album play on repeat while you sleep. And it just skyrocketed their numbers and stuff, and they jumped up into things, and then Spotify had to like stop it and put an end to it or something like that. But I was like, they were trying to like skirt the system and whatnot to try to like combat this way that Spotify ran it.
Sure.
Which I get what Spotify's doing, but also I'm like, well, that really sucks for the people that, well, I don't get nearly as many listens as him. I'm just like an independent, music maker or something.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Like a way to kind of like listen to this
Sure.
sleeping album, but it's nothing. There's no audio or anything.
Yeah. But we got the check, so I was happy about that.
Yep. Yay!
And the deli's open.
Now we need to get the deli's open. We gotta get Twitter verified.
Now we gotta check that deli.
We gotta check on that deli.
Somebody
So for those that are like, what the fuck are they talking about? On our block where the Wave Cave is, there's been an impending deli that I've been excited about for like 2 years
Before the pandemic.
I'm like, I ran in one day. Guys, they're putting a deli downstairs. This is great. It's gonna change everything every day. Fresh sandwich, And then the pandemic hit, and then like they didn't like get their shit like checked or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
so many things. I'm like, that place is never gonna open. Well,
they made some structural alterations that did not meet code.
Yeah.
But
it compromised the structural soundness of the building that they were in.
So it finally soft opened this week. It's not officially open, but it's soft open for now. So
Yeah, soft open that they had to write an open sign on a piece of paper taped to the door.
So I think
Somehow
they're
their
open
opening
now.
came upon them unprepared.
Yeah.
They have like
That's what I had
Amish
said.
meats and
Yeah, no time to
candy
prepare.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, what's
I
a
don't know.
soft opening for a?
I don't know.
Just they don't advertise it. They just let people come in off the street and stuff.
They didn't announce in the paper
Technically.
like grand opening this day.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
It's just
But they have
like-
a sign
it's
out
like-
on the sidewalk though.
Yeah. I mean, we did that when we would open a new Doughboys, whatever. It's like, well, just you start. You don't like announce it absolutely everywhere. You want to make sure everything's working.
Sure. Well, Cody L asked, "Can we get a vlog for the first trip to the deli?"
I guess that was
would,
Calvin.
I would like to.
I was like, Aaron's about to die.
You'd like
There's a sniper
we
aimed
can
at you.
we can just put my camera and go eat. I guess I don't know.
Oh, Aaron, it's not this week. Do we want to do it now or do we want to save it? That video that I sent you. Is that something we want to talk about now?
No, we'll save it.
But what about the merch?
No. What? No. Save it.
Is this a video I know about?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Fine.
No, we'll talk about it later.
No, let's talk about it now.
No, Rick
No,
ruined this.
We can't talk about it now.
I'm just excited.
But yeah, maybe we can vlog or show what the deli's like or
I
something.
think it's
or
open till like 6 or something like that.
sandwiches or something. I don't know. I don't know what time is it open. They don't open at morning, right?
I think you said it was
they
like
open
10
like
to
at-
6.
Yeah, it's like 10 or 12 to 6.
So I grabbed the lunch and like
Yeah.
the afternoon crowd.
I wonder how it compares because I love me some Third Street Deli.
Oh,
I wonder how it compares.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sandwich.
Dude, I want to have a Reuben.
Maybe.
Like Third Street Deli's Reuben is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I really like Third Street Deli. So I wonder.
I saw a picture on Facebook of the guy that makes the sandwiches, and he had like a nice, big, well-kept beard. I was like, I trust this man.
You trust him to make sandwiches?
Yeah.
That's not like the guy you trust
it-
to make like
He's
barbecue.
the guy that I would buy Amish meats from.
is it the kind of beard that if you found one of them in your sandwich, you'd be like, "Yep,
I
this
don't
is a
mind
well-kept
that.
beard. I'm eating it all."
It happens. I've eaten so much of my hair in the last year.
Yeah, me
Yep.
too.
True that.
Ugh.
Ever since I let my beard grow and just grow a little longer now.
Well,
so
your
much.
most of your hair can't reach your mouth.
That's true.
Mine can. It gets in there all the time.
we need to do some more
Unfortunately, it can.
food stuff.
But yeah, huh?
We need to do more food stuff.
Just
Like
eat.
that
like-
pizza idea.
Like
that
the
you
pizza,
had.
yeah, the pizza one, yeah,
pizza
that
idea.
one. Where like we're gonna compare
pizza.
all the pizza places.
Mhm.
Do we also take into consideration like delivery time, or are we picking all these up?
We could have them all delivered,
Mhm.
and compare like how fast they can get stuff to us and whatnot, and then like how competent they are to get it to our door.
Which is 0.
You know, sometimes it is, other times it's not. It just
At
depends.
the very least, Papa John's should know.
By now,
With Treat Stream and everything, they've delivered to this place more than anyone, right?
How many of the delivery guys would take it all the way up the stairs?
that's one. That's one of the things too.
Yeah.
Like we score them and rate them on
Most
that.
of them
Papa
did.
John's might not do well with that one.
Like most of the time, like if we were up on the 3rd floor, I would meet them at the 2nd. But then there was that one lady that was just like, "I'm not allowed. My boss said no." And I'm like, "I know your boss." No, he didn't. I worked for your boss when I worked at Papa John's, and I walked my way up these steps.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be interesting to like. We could then rate all the delivery. Then we could rate all the pizza, and then we could. It needs to be a third part.
I
We need
honestly-
three
Well,
parts.
I
no,
probably
the third
wouldn't-
part is so one part's fresh, the other part is like next day.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
See, here's
so
what you do.
fridge them all.
I don't think that you rate their delivery stuff because sometimes you just have a shitty delivery driver. Or past that, they're just super, super busy, and it's not that delivery driver's fault, you know?
So we order on
Sure.
an off day?
that happens.
Well, what I was going to say is you order and you say, we're doing this for a pizza contest. So they try. Because oftentimes you get a high school student there that does not give a shit and sends you a half-burnt pizza.
Yeah.
You know? And I
Sure.
don't want to judge what this thing could be
Yeah.
off that person's work ethic.
But shouldn't we judge it based on the worst possible outcome they could give us?
No, I would judge it on the best.
Yeah, but what if someone gets the worst?
Well, I mean, you want to
Fuck
judge it
it.
on the average.
I want to do the
Yeah.
best.
Like the average isn't like if you came in and it was like, all right, we need the. Just so you know, we're
but
doing
isn't
this.
the point of the thing like what's the best pizza? So wouldn't you want the best?
What's the best pizza on
Pizza you can
any
get?
given day?
Yeah, but if you just.
I don't. That's boring. I want the best pizza.
Yeah, sure, I do too. But I want it regularly, not like
Well, we're not
because
doing
we.
fucking science here, fellas. We're trying
mean,
to eat good pizza,
If,
right?
if you want the best pizza, then go to Chicago
So
or
here's-
New York or something like that, where
Like-
there's actually better pizza.
Well, no, they still people don't care there too. But like to have it where in general, like if someone here was to order this pizza, get it delivered, here's what our experience was and how the pizza turned out. Because not everyone's gonna be able to call and be like, "Hey, we're doing a pizza
Yeah.
contest video, so you better do a good job."
Dude,
Bye.
I do that every single
No
time I
tip.
order pizza, and it's always great.
Eric wants the Gordon Ramsay treatment.
Yeah. It's like what I said the other day. Like, whenever I would make pizza, when I have 50 tickets on the line, I always tried to make sure I had good product. But I had to make it very quickly. But at the end of the day, when I make a pizza for myself, guess what? It's way better. Like, I spend time putting the pepperoni out equally and stuff, not just like, blah, blah, go.
Is that what you did?
I always felt like I was pretty quick at it, but like we had like my boss Sam would be like, it's the 99 pepperoni pizza because we had these small pepperonis.
Yeah.
You don't count out 99, but you think of it like you're trying to fit a pepperoni in every spot. You know, go 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 go. So you would throw a load of pepperoni on there and then spread it out, and then from there just move it into place. You could probably make a full pepperoni large pizza from like actually rolling the dough to putting it in the oven in 40 seconds. Do it pretty quick.
There's a guy who holds a Guinness Book of World Records for making 3 large pepperoni pizzas in like 21 seconds.
You can do it pretty quick. If
I
like,
bet they suck.
It's no.
I mean, they
they
didn't
don't,
look
man.
bad when they came out.
Like when you
Like,
watch
really?
the actual
The judges ate
contest,
them.
like the way they do the mozzarella cheese, it's like a magician. Just there's a ball, They like throw it on there and it's perfect. It's the way they like curve their hand on there. They just know that, it's like that product and you've worked it for 1,000 hours.
No, I mean,
You're
I get
gonna
that.
know it.
I've made pizzas before.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining some guy trying to I'm gonna make 3 pizzas in 20 seconds. It's like I bet you didn't spread stuff very well, but maybe
Yeah.
you did. I don't know. It depends. I remember at Little Caesars, I always did mine because there wasn't 99 pizzas or whatever. It was more of
Yeah.
here you go, cover it with this, and there was a certain way that I would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
I get you.
done.
Yeah.
But it was like a pattern. Every pizza had the same pattern on it.
Yeah.
Whereas Doughboys, you just spread them on. There's not a pattern at any time, right? You just fill it with pepperoni, right?
You just want to I always thought well, what do I want? I want a good layer of pepperoni.
Yeah. You're just covering it. You
Yeah.
don't have it's like pop, spread.
Yeah, it's an art. It's not a science.
Whereas mine was like a pattern.
Like
A
I just
pattern to it.
knew the size of handful I had to grab in order for a large pizza versus a medium versus a small or an extra large. It's just you just did it for so many hours in a row. You just kind of just fell into it.
You only served one size at Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never had smalls or
We had
mediums.
10, 12, 14, and 16 inch.
Deep dishes was different.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Well, should I get to some questions?
Why would I
Sure.
draw a penis on a pizza?
If you have questions, down the lower left-hand corner, there's a little purple bubble where you can use channel points to ask.
Yep.
I'm going to start with Hie Kira. Can you ask Aaron about his last stream if you haven't already?
I don't know what that
happened in your
means.
last stream.
I don't know what you're looking for.
What about your last stream, Aaron?
I don't know what about
Did
it.
something happen that was frustrating?
I mean, I streamed.
Did you get
I caught a bunch of Pokemon.
a treat stream?
I did. I mean, I guess there was the point when I started in DLC content. I left it. I went and found a Pokemon. I caught a Pokemon who was DLC content Pokemon that I captured.
Okay.
Then I decided to go capture another DLC Pokemon, but I couldn't get to the DLC zone, and my game was like, "No, you can't go. You need to check your pass." And I was like, "My pass? Just let me on the train." Like, "No, check your pass." And I was like, "Well, I own the DLC pass." And then someone's like, "Well, try to re-download it." So I re-downloaded it, and then when I re-downloaded it, it gave me an error message saying someone's already using my account.
Oh.
And I was like, "What?" So then I called Melanie, and I was on the phone. I'm like, "Hey, is Canon on the Switch?"
This
She goes,
again.
"We're at the park." And I was like, "Damn it!" So I couldn't do anything about this Switch that I guarantee was connected, but she was at the park, so she couldn't do anything about it. Unless they all just packed up and went home. I'm like, I don't want to make them pack up, go home, and then they're not gonna come back to the park.
Sure.
I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll figure something out. So I then called the Baba and had her looking for the Switch. And then the doorbell rang, and I'm like, hang on. And then people were like, Aaron, don't leave. It could be a trick. So I went, I got a treat stream. By the time I got back, I finally got fixed
Yeah.
and smoothed over. So I guess it could be that they were talking about.
You got to start getting that stuff on the Blind Wave account,
What stuff?
like the DLC and whatnot.
Calvin, on
It's-
screen,
But I play it at home, though.
you were looking
Yeah.
at Aaron so intensely that I thought that was your gaze almost.
Well, that is exactly where I was looking.
It's like when you, it's like, there's bound to be some games that you're like, well, I'll stream this, but then I'm also going to play it at home, you know? Like Pokemon was one of those where I know I'm going to play Pokemon at home. Definitely want to do that.
Man, I don't know if there's been any.
You have no games that you do stream and at home or anything?
I think so.
Damn.
I just suck when I come back the next week. It's like I haven't played this in a week. I
Yeah,
don't know
that
what
does
to do.
happen.
Oh, sure.
Which button blocks?
Well, I knew
That's why
when I
got
was
so
done.
good at Assassin's Creed, because I can do it at Assassin's Creed.
Pokemon's a game, once you're done playing the game, that was just the story stuff. Now there's you got to capture all the Pokemon. There's battling you can do. There's, there's the tree usually they have, or a battle frontier or something along those lines. There's just PvP stuff you can do. And I'm like, well, I want to make teams, breed, do all
Sure.
these things, maybe shiny hunt. So I'm like, I need it. For me, I'm gonna play it at home. I know I will. So that was
Yeah.
back whenever I bought all that for that. I don't do that for every game. Pokemon, I know I'm gonna play various times, and usually too, Pokemon's one of those things where Switch maybe not so much, but every other Pokemon game is like you get a Pokemon game, it has one save file on it. You can't share that.
Right.
There's only one person that can play this, or else Calvin takes it, deletes it all. I've lost everything I've done. You know. So yeah.
All right, next question. Dip, who do you think would win in a fight? Po from Kung Fu Panda versus Panda from Jujutsu?
Panda.
I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda.
I have. I
Po.
can confidently say Panda.
Oh,
Panda from Jujutsu.
Yes.
Po would.
What?
He has Skadoosh.
No.
Yeah, he does.
No.
I'm pretty sure he would win.
No.
You can't beat Skadoosh. Can't beat it.
He's played by Jack Black, isn't he?
He is
He
played
is?
by Jack Black.
Just that word. That's a Jack Black word.
Yeah, I'm going with Po. What'd you say? You said Panda?
Panda.
What'd you say, Calvin?
Panda.
What'd you say, Eric?
I haven't seen one.
You haven't seen
I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda? Have you guys seen Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3?
I have not seen 1, 2, and 3. I've seen 1 and 2, I think. I think I've seen 2.
I'm going with Po.
I'm going with Panda.
We need a death battle for this.
Yeah,
I
we
need to
do.
message like the Screw Attack guys, see if they
Screw
still do.
attack.
See if Ben and Chad still do death battles. And I mean, they did, right? They just released that Cloud versus
Mm-hmm.
Link rematch. I'm going Po.
There's no more Screw Attack, right? It's just death battles now.
Yeah, death battle. Well, they got bought by Rooster Teeth, and then they
Yeah.
own death battles and stuff now. I'm making a Po out of this shit. What's Chad think?
As you're doing that,
Probably fewer people have seen Jujutsu Kaisen.
me try ask a related question. Who's your favorite character in Jujutsu Kaisen?
Probably
Toto.
Toto or Gojo.
I've been filled with so much joy because of Toto.
I love them both.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I also like Yuji.
Yeah.
U-G-L-Y.
Although, Toge, way up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way up.
Gojo.
Gojo's also great. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I might pick Toge. I don't know. Really.
Toto? His name? Toto?
Toto.
That's the
The best friend?
yes.
Yep.
Tracer James asks, is Rick aware of Tommy Wiseau's YouTube channel called The Tommy Y Show? I am, indeed. I've seen most, if not all, of the content therein.
What's the content
Is
like?
it just as sad?
So I'm pretty sure it was on there, where, like, he would review video games.
Yeah.
Like, he was on an alien spaceship, and he himself, I don't think was an alien, but it's impossible to tell because it's Tommy Wiseau.
Mm.
But, like, they were just the strangest reviews that I've ever seen. Where, like, he kind of talked about the game, sort of, but mainly just rambled and was Tommy Wiseau.
Mm.
Very strange.
Mm. Mm.
But,
Was his Joker?
no, that was someone else.
That was somebody else.
Yeah.
Did that.
I would not be surprised
Too
if the day that guy dies, like a video is released on that YouTube channel, and it's just like, hey guys, so my life has been performance art, and I hope that I brought you joy, but I have
It
to
would be the
come
best
clean.
thing. Like, Tommy Wiseau is not infallible.
Yeah,
Like, really, so far at least, he's peaked with The Room.
he did.
Because he's been in a few other things.
Yep.
I don't want to spoil it, I guess.
Mhm.
But, like,
Peaked with The Room.
not up to the quality of The Room.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Certainly not.
Sure.
What would be the most shocking accent to come out of him if his real voice came out?
I mean, it would be like an alien language would be the
Oh,
most
gotcha.
shocking thing.
All right.
But
Oh, like Jamaican or something.
Jamaican?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be strange.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark. I don't know. What you... I'm trying to think how you do that. Like, I'm trying to take his like voice that he usually does, but
No,
you...
the idea is that like he's been faking being like that.
Oh, so he
his
doesn't really
entire
have the
life.
oh hi
Yeah.
Mark. He doesn't
No.
really. That's all fake.
That's fake.
Oh,
I mean, it would be
okay.
like super posh British,
Yeah,
maybe.
gotcha.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Australian?
Mm.
Australian.
I
Yeah,
have
on-
a confession to make. Good day.
Today, it's all fake. On the note of what we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
I just saw Death Battle has a Poe versus Iron Fist Death Battle. I was like, oh, that'd be interesting. I wonder who wins that.
Which
Because if
Iron
he
Fist?
can't beat Iron Fist, then I don't know how that goes.
Yeah.
Iron Fist's pretty strong though.
Iron Fist is a
Decently
superhero.
Huh?
Right?
What?
Iron Fist, the superhero?
Yeah.
Like Power Man?
No, that would be Power Man.
Right.
Luke Cage.
Okay. Nope. I got
Iron
it.
Fist is the green and yellow dude.
Yep.
Yes, Rick. So, like, I wonder who wins that. And then whoever wins that can fight Panda.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll get to that point and watch it at some point. I was kind of looking at some of the old death battles that we used to do, and I was like, man, maybe I'll start watching some of these. I've been going up looking at some of them.
Nice.
I hate when you guys vote before I do and we're all logged into the same account.
And we do what?
All right. Next question from Bathroom 4.
Bathroom 4.
Would you guys like to see a prequel series to The Phantom Menace, like Dooku Jedi with young Qui-Gon Jinn being slightly rebellious on the Council?
I would like to see
I
that.
would
It
enjoy
certainly is a book, and I think some comics have done it so far too. I mean, we are getting a prequel series to Phantom Menace in the Acolyte, if I'm saying that correctly.
Acolyte.
How do you say that?
That is how you say that word.
No,
Is
I
it?
just like because like
Acolyte.
before
Acolyte.
there's a big deal about his
Before I said it the wrong way.
his pronunciation of
So,
it.
and I doubted myself.
You said Aculate, right?
I don't know.
Which is a YouTuber.
Either way,
Streamer.
that's going to be coming out, and that's going to probably invoke a lot more of the classic Jedi we know, but not Qui-Gon. I think that's going to be more High Republic era. But yeah, I don't know what, you'd have to just recast so many classic actors too. Could be tough.
Yep.
I mean, I think they pulled it off with Solo, but still.
Sure. It's definitely hard to do.
Yeah.
And every once in a while you find someone who you're like, oh man, that person would be a great younger whoever. You know?
Yeah.
Did with Obi-Wan.
I love you, McGregor.
Who would be a young
Who'd be a
Dooku?
young who?
Dooku. Like, I imagine you'd have, like, Dooku while he was still in the Order or something, you know?
Like, I would say Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah?
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
How-
He's Galen Erso in Star
Yeah,
Wars
you can't
already.
have him also be another.
I would. He's that good.
You're right.
Hmm.
Tom Hiddleston as a young Dooku? Not bad.
Wouldn't be bad.
The thing is, like, Christopher Lee sold, you could say anyone. And it would be younger.
I don't know.
Sure, I get what you mean. But yeah, I don't know who would be great for him.
Yeah.
I had to really think about that one for a bit. I was surprised how much I really thought Sebastian Stan would be like a good younger Luke.
Sure.
Yeah.
As much as he looks like him to be, like if they would have had him there instead of the CG kind of stuff that we've seen in other things and stuff, like that would have been. I think I would have been like, I buy that.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Would have been cheaper, probably, too.
I don't know.
All right, Rick. What's the next question?
Seraz Saeed, is there a chance that Red Dead Redemption 2 will be picked up by either Calvin or Rick? It's a great game, arguably the best of 2018. I don't think I will ever stream it. It seems too slow-paced for a stream, really. But I do want to play it someday.
It might be tough to play because, like Rick said, it does feel very slow paced. I think I might get way too distracted by all the side quests and just screwing around and not actually accomplishing anything. I might end up streaming it for like 3 years, and then by that point, just being tired of it.
They can't start until after October.
True.
What
And
if I
I
get enough views?
one, I've
And I
already
just
played it.
Play it through.
That's not the measurement.
Like, one, I've already played it, and two, like, I literally am right now streaming a game in which I just read, so I don't know if I can go any more, like, slow right now. So,
yeah, but
I don't know.
Neon, I wouldn't.
You play
want
just
to
the
be
main story. Like, you can play GTA 5 and play all the side missions, but you can play just the story missions and get through it pretty quick. You know? Same thing.
Sure to say it again. Hey guys, I was watching a video on strange laws across different states. Did you know it's illegal to get a fish drunk in Ohio?
Shit, lock me up.
Well, there are some weird laws. I actually
Beer
I
battered
saw that
fish,
one coming, so I was
so
like,
good.
crazy laws in Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I wonder what some are. I have a little list of a few crazy laws.
Let's do a top 10. Number 10.
Well, I don't have a top 10. I just have like these, however many.
Damn it.
Okay.
In Cleveland, it's illegal to catch mice without a hunting license.
Really?
It seems counterproductive.
It
I would not
seems
want
like
to do
what
that.
would result from that law is Cleveland.
Exactly.
That probably comes from like
That
a
would all make
business
sense.
lobbying to try and get more business of like extermination.
Maybe.
It's like, man, all these people are going to the hardware store and buying rat traps.
Do you need to
I want that business.
Do you need a tag or it's just a license?
Just without a hunting license.
So like a fishing license.
Yeah. There is the fish trunk one on here.
Yep.
In Toledo, it's illegal to throw a snake at anybody.
I mean,
that one just sounds logical to me.
I feel like that's
assault.
illegal about everywhere, depending on.
Sounds good. The Columbus Archives say that it is illegal for stores to sell cornflakes on a Sunday.
Okay, I feel like there's another one of those stupid lobbying laws.
In Canton, if you lose your pet tiger, you must notify the authorities within 1 hour.
Well, we all understand why that's on the books.
They
sure do.
didn't want another Zanesville, Ohio happening.
Definitely know what happened there.
Within 1 hour?
Within one. Well,
that seems too late.
Well, I mean, it could just be like in the bathroom.
Or in the attic.
Or like
you know?
you're like, oh shit, it's like Sally got out and you're running and it's been an hour. Like, oh shit, I gotta call the cops. Like you could be trying to get Sally.
It's true.
And you're busy.
You're not gonna name it
and you're
Tony?
busy?
Yeah.
What possible thing
You're
could
trying
take
to get Sally. Like you see her, you're chasing her.
Over.
You know, I'm not calling right there. I'm trying to get her.
Oxford law states it is unlawful for a woman to appear in public while unshaven. This includes legs and face.
Where?
Oxford law is all it says.
Oxford law.
I don't know what that is.
Oxford, Ohio.
I don't know why Oxford law states that.
Well,
it is illegal to honk your horn excessively in Fairview Park. I don't know what dictates excessive either. Just
you sound like laws from Pawnee, Indiana.
Who?
Pawnee, Indiana, with Parks and Rec.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oxford is a city in Butler County, Ohio, in the southwestern portion of the state, approximately 40 miles northwest of Cincinnati and 40 miles southwest of Dayton.
Okay.
They should change the law, but change it to everyone.
Yeah, men and women.
Men and women.
Population is about 21,000 as of 2010.
I have two left here. In Ohio, it's illegal to kill a housefly within 160 feet of a church without a license.
What the fuck? Who? So all laws generally like come from a thing that's happened, and then we have to make a because all things are permissible until we put a law on.
You know what? I wonder what some of these are.
Like, what happened?
Like I wonder if some of these are like in like some kind of bills and stuff, right? Where people are like, all right, we're going to write this into law.
Sure.
But like they sneak in shit like this to see if anyone's actually reading it.
What was the distance?
160 feet of a church.
So like,
if you're in a church, you can't kill a fly then, right?
No, I get you. But like, I'm outside of a church and I measure it up to 162 feet. Like, well, the cop that's watching, like I know I'm without, but he might not. Does he have to, like, measure
I mean,
it?
that would be your argument, right? You'd have to be like, this is where I stood, and then he'd be like, well,
no,
you were standing here.
I would plead the fifth.
If it's important enough to them, I imagine there's like a line.
Like a spray paint line of like, no killing
but
flies.
This isn't like in a town. This is in Ohio, this one.
Why? Like, did they think that like the flies have been reincarnated with the bodies of their parishioners?
I don't know if it has anything to, I don't know why.
Like, why?
Did they like,
I'm killing
did they
flies.
get upset?
Well,
like people clapping in prayers and stuff?
Maybe.
What? So you think like, damn, oh yeah, and they all start clapping because they thought it was a clap?
Maybe.
I don't know. It sounds silly.
Or like people trying to bother him outside, like banging on the windows and stuff, and they come out all angry. It's like, what are you doing? I'm just killing flies.
Like,
I don't
we don't
know.
have fucking good health care, but we got this law.
I wonder what the reason of some of these are. The last one I have is you cannot eat a donut and walk backwards on a street in Marion.
I'd heard that one.
So what happened to cause that law?
I mean,
somebody probably got hit.
Terrible
and they blamed
accident.
the victim rather than the driver.
Do people like, because I've watched like people that have like, they go and try to challenge these laws, like to see if they would actually get arrested. Like, do people like, we should go.
We
and
should
walk
go to
backwards
Marion,
with
Ohio,
donuts
we're
see
going
if
to
we
lose
get
our check
arrested.
this way, Eric.
Nah, we'll be fine.
we're gonna lose our check mark. We just got it.
Nah, we'll be fine, man. Like that's a baller thing to do,
But yeah, I don't know how to look
the
up.
police coming straight from the underground.
I don't know how to look up these like laws and why they are. I imagine there must be a reason.
Do you think it's just because the cops wanted to confiscate donuts?
Hey, you can't do that.
Give me that.
Give us your donut.
What was I
or
doing
we'll
wrong?
arrest
Walking
you.
backwards. I
You
was
can
backing
walk
away from you.
backwards.
You can't do that.
And well, what like if I have a muffin, like that's not a donut, right? Is
That's
it
not
okay?
done. I think that you're good.
Or a piece of toast?
Danish.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah,
like,
a bear claw. What's a bear
Eclair?
claw? Is that okay?
Cinnamon
Yeah.
roll?
maybe they had like a jelly donut and like the mayor was walking towards them, and they were like waving goodbye to their friend and walking
Yeah.
backwards while eating this jelly donut, and they turned around and smashed right into the mayor wearing his brand new white suit
Yeah.
and ruined it. And it's like, no one should eat donuts and walk backwards in this town.
And then someone just wrote it down
Yeah.
behind him.
Instead of breaking them, we should like reenact the events that led up to.
We should.
Like actors reenact like courtroom transcripts.
Yeah, like Unsolved Mystery style or whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if there's like a way of finding out why these are laws, because I would imagine like the snake one, right? Someone threw a snake, someone got hurt. It's like the same reason why it's like,
Well, it's not illegal.
yeah, right. Some dumbass like that.
Right.
The crazy thing is, it's still assault. Like, you
Yeah.
can't do that anywhere.
You can't throw a drink in someone's face,
Yeah.
let alone a snake.
So I don't know what.
What
I
if
don't
it's
know.
a plush snake?
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't specify.
What if it's a rubber snake?
Yeah. What if
it's a dead snake?
Maybe that's what it was. It was a dead snake.
Maybe they grabbed it and they threw it over the fence or something like that, and they didn't know.
What if it's Loki and it stabs you?
What if the snake was attacking you and you're like, ah! You throw it and you hit someone else. Are you liable?
What if it's in your house? You're trying to throw it out the window.
Yep.
And your annoying Ned Flanders neighbor comes over and
Howdy
ho,
ho,
neighbor, you know?
Yep.
Gets it right in the
Yeah.
kisser,
Wonk.
right in the mustache.
How about that?
I want to make a YouTube series where we go around, we research, and we break stupid laws.
That'd be fun.
That would be enjoyable, I think.
So we're filming us breaking the law.
Stupid laws that are not enforced anymore.
We need to license the fuck the police.
What if these are enforced?
Fuck the police.
What if you go to Cleveland, you capture a mouse, someone arrests you, or ask you, "Hey, you got a license for that?" No. It was just it was eating my bread. I was trying to get rid of it. Well, put it back.
But it would, even if we did get caught and we got charged for it, it would incite a repeal for that
Law.
law. 'Cause
Especially if
it's
a judge
stupid,
goes
outdated
against
law.
it.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous, and then you can get rid of it.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're still in place. No one's removed them yet.
They
Right?
just cost too much money sometimes and
To remove them,
to do stuff.
you can just make a piece of paper, be like, "We're removing this law."
Sometimes it's
Done.
like, guys, no one's ever going to prosecute for this. We're not spending time to do it. We got other things we got to do.
Yeah,
That's-
they got to
that's
make
how
more
laws
laws
to stay
that
on.
they can't enforce.
It's like with programming. Like, if you take it out, you're going to break 50 other things. It's just going to ruin the whole
I
system.
don't think if you catch a mouse in Cleveland that it's going to break the legal system.
Well, but like, if there are references to
More than it
other
is, I mean.
laws in there, like you have to change all the references after that law, right? Because all the other ones like move up in terms of their numbering.
No, it's probably an addendum. It's probably like letter D under Ohio Revised Code.
Sorry, there's a thing I read in chat.
Section
Now I just have it in
bullshit
my
or whatever.
mind that you go up and you're like, "You have a mouse." An officer comes over and is like, "You have a mouse. Do you have a license for that?"
Yeah.
And you're just like, "Oh, hang on." And you reach back, you just throw a snake in his face,
Aha,
run
you
away.
kill him.
Aha! You just run.
Backwards with the donut.
I'm not telling you about my tiger.
My tiger escaped 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
It's been
I was like,
61
what the
minutes.
fuck did that guy just say?
Oh man. All right. What other questions we got?
Come my. Anyone of you watching Ted Lasso?
I don't.
No, my brother says he loves that show.
No.
But I haven't watched it yet.
I don't.
I think it's an
know of it.
Amazon show
Never
or
heard of it.
something.
I don't know of it.
I don't have a clue what that is now.
People love it.
Never
It's
heard of it.
like it's like a good feel-good show to watch, is what I hear.
Yeah?
Apple. That's what it is. Apple TV.
Feel good.
Feel good.
Not my jam.
No.
I like pain and
It has that one dude, Jason
Sudeikis.
Sudeikis.
He was one of the stormtroopers that punched Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I recognize the guy. I just
Mhm.
don't know what all.
He was
from.
on SNL, I think, too. But
James.
Dude, he was with Olivia Wilde.
James asks, if you could have a spin-off of any of your favorite video game series, what would you want? What genre of a game would it be? So like how Mario is mainly a platformer but has sports, RPGs, party games, and so on. Spin-off video game a la Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Like, what would you choose?
I mean, a la Nuts and
like
Bolts.
Legend of
That's not a
Zelda,
spin-off.
Twilight
That was
Princess.
just a sequel. That was bad.
But Link only uses his crossbow in crossbow training.
Didn't they do that?
Oh, fuck.
They did a crossbow training link.
They did?
Um,
Hmm. Spin-off.
I don't know. I always thought it was fun how they did like Metal Gear Solid, but you did like skating. They had the skateboarding and stuff in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any spin-offs of things where I need this. And some of those I'd be worried that people would just look at them as like cash grabs and not things that people are enjoying or whatnot, you know? Like Pokemon I like, but we have Pokemon in Smash Brothers. And we have Pokemon Tournament, which is like a fighting one, you know?
It's Pokemon, but instead of just having the turn-based battles, you have Smash Brother style battles, but it has all the Pokemon.
Well, like you said, we have Pokemon Tournament.
That'd be awesome.
Pokemon Tournament's kind of like that.
Yeah, but you can't play. It's not the RPG part 2, right?
No,
Or is
you want the RPG, but the battle system's different?
Yeah.
That's not a spin-off, though. That's just changing the game.
Yeah, it's spun
Well, it
off
would be a
from
spin-off
from that other
Would it be that,
style.
though?
It would be like a form change of a franchise.
You could
Yeah.
like still change out your moves, you know?
That feels more like nuts and bolts, where it's like this is the next game, but
Yeah.
we've changed things in the way that it works.
I
Banjo's
just want it
really
to evolve.
Banjo's put on some weight, so now he's gonna make vehicles because he can't run around no more, you know, or whatever it is.
That's funny.
So, but like we have Pokemon Tournament, we have Smash Brothers and stuff. I'd rather do it the other way, where you take like Smash Brothers or something, and you put like an actual like RPG story in that, because like they've always kind of had those little story elements and stuff, but they've never been like
Adventure mode, man.
too in depth, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
I'd like a really cool Smash Brothers crossover RPG story thing. I think that would be a cool spin-off
Mhm.
because it's different than what they usually do. Like, it's not actually at all about Smash Brothers and playing and fighting. It's an actual story game.
Sure.
I want God of War, but it's like a Mario Party game.
I want a game that is you
Boy,
playing
come! And they're playing the game.
that is
Sorry.
you playing a minion from all of your favorite action like stealth games, of you like knowing that the good guy that's coming there to like blow up the generator or whatever is there, but you trying to make it look like you don't see him so he doesn't kill you, but also make it look like you're doing your job well enough to where your boss doesn't kill you. That's what I want.
It would be interesting if they had a spin-off of like Metal Gear Solid where you just played as one of those random like
Yeah.
genome soldiers.
That's exactly what I was
But
thinking.
like Snake is so much stronger than you.
Yeah.
But you have allies that help you, but your job is to stop him from getting in.
like
Like that would be an interesting way of doing it.
you turn around to do like your patrol, and that question mark or the exclamation point appears over your head, and you just immediately turn back around and you're staring at like this control panel or something like that. It's like, ah, shit, he's over there. I don't want him to know that I see him.
It kind of sounds like RPG Maker for the PS1. It's like built-in game that taught you how to make it. You
Yeah.
played as like a slime,
Hmm.
and you had to like level up. Eventually, you became the final boss.
You know how they have like Capcom versus Marvel?
Yeah.
Have a Pokemon game, but it's like a Batman game. So like you're Batman, but when you fight like Joe Chill, he pulls out a Pokemon that kills your parents. And then like you go
Jeez.
against like the Joker, like what's the Joker's team, you know? That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Do
but
that.
you would only ever have like Crobat or Zubat.
What?
Who?
Batman.
Oh, Batman? No, you can do different things. What's that one like Owl Archer? He could be
Oh,
a
Decidueye?
Yeah, he could be a Batman Pokemon.
At first I thought you meant Knockdown.
Yeah.
It'd be neat.
I want a
Yeah.
Tetris spin-off in every genre. So racing, fighting, RPG,
Mm.
Ooh, you
How
should,
do you Tetris spin off it?
sim.
well,
Is it
you
do you
like
do you mean the ones where it's like here's the Mortal Kombat one, you're fighting him, but you're only gonna win if you solve these puzzles?
Nope.
Like you're racing around the track, but really you're not. You're just solving puzzles and then the track's going.
Nope.
I don't know what you mean then.
It's like L block in a car, or L block with wheels. Just drive it.
And you can like,
Or, like,
when
you're
you're on the
playing-
highway, you can like connect to other cars and like try to like and get rid of traffic.
Maybe.
But then once you get a full line, that section of the car disappears.
They're semis.
This sounds ridiculous. No.
Next question. Never lose your nerd. Love you, Blind Wave. Eric, any updates on Schmodown matches coming up? Want to see you get a win and be a future champion.
Yes. Well, I will be waiting for the next Star Wars tournament that I will definitely be in, because the other Star Wars player in my on my team, Andrew DeMolanta, is in no way giving up his Star Wars championship. And while he has that, he can't compete in the tournaments, meaning I get a spot automatically. So I definitely need him to keep winning.
I've done nothing.
So whenever that happens, I think within a couple months, I don't know. Plenty of time to keep studying.
Yep.
So much.
Sabo Tower, Rick, did you really just say you want Freddie Prinze Jr. and Matthew Lillard as Sherlock and Holmes and not Holmes and Watson? Redemptions aren't working for me, but I'm going to shame you regardless.
Sherlock and Holmes, is that what you said?
I
Yeah,
must have
he
been.
did.
That sounds like something I would do.
You had a full conversation with him about it too.
Yeah, didn't even
You
notice.
never questioned him.
That was happening while he was looking up Dax Shepard, and
Yeah.
there was chaos going on. I missed it.
Rye Morningstar, what shows do each of you watch and enjoy outside of reactions, live action, and or anime?
Right now, I am watching Trailer Park Boys,
Nice.
which has been a lot of fun. I just love when they have random scenes and then out of nowhere, and it in no way affects the story. Just these kids come out of nowhere and they start throwing bottles at people. They're like, bottle kids! And then the story just keeps going. I love it. So I've been watching that.
I just finished rewatching Psych
Yeah.
and watching Initial D and One Piece. Really the two main.
Mm-hmm.
I need to finish up Psych. I was watching through that. I haven't finished like the last season of that yet. I don't know, not much really. I've been watching like random movies here and there sometimes. Like I watched Ted because it was on HBO, and I was like, I've never seen Ted. Let me watch this. It's got Marky Mark and Mila Kunis and whatever, and sure, why not?
And the Family Guy guy.
Yeah. Which because of that, then I was like, I wonder if I used to watch Family Guy. I wonder what that. I haven't seen that in forever. Because also I saw Simpsons and stuff. It's like on Disney Plus and stuff. I hadn't watched that, and so I was like, well, let me watch Family Guy a little bit. And I watched some of it. And some of it's I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
It doesn't age well. And
Sure.
then other points something happens. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And I start laughing a lot about this or that. So just there was something that happened. I forget what it was, but it was an episode that me and Melanie had both seen, and something had happened. And we saw something, we're like, oh my gosh, and we laughed so hard. I'm like, I don't remember that at all. And then they said a joke like a few minutes later, and I'm like, I remember that joke.
Yeah.
I don't remember this joke. Or maybe I just missed it and wasn't paying attention to it. But it was like, I think it was you must be this high to ride this ride or something like that. But what it showed was like a hippie with like his eyes were all like just crazy. And it's just an arrow pointing to the hippie. But I think originally when I watched it, I was thinking of it being a height thing, and I didn't notice it. But her and I laughed about that one for a little bit. It was funny.
Watching through Stargate, Supernatural, Bones. Haven't watched Glee for a while, but we were watching Glee there for a while.
I've been trying not to add a whole lot of extra stuff in because I don't want to get distracted from the things I'm watching and then stop watching them because I do that a lot.
Oh yeah.
So like, I have with the kids, every Friday we do Star Wars, and we've been watching chronologically through all the Star Wars stuff. So we're in Clone Wars now, which we only have like 2 months left of Clone Wars now.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And then
You're watching by arc, right?
kind of. It depends. Like I went through and like looked over chronological order, looked at where all the arcs were,
Yeah.
and I tried to set up like some Fridays we're watching 4 episodes, sometimes it's 5. A couple times it was like 6. Like it just really varied. I tried not to break up the arcs if I could, where it was like a little mini movie we're watching.
Sure.
And then for dinner, what we've been doing, my kids, especially Kanan's like, Dad, it's dinner time. Are we gonna watch My Hero? We've been watching like an episode of My Hero at dinner time, and I've been using it too because like Kanan just be watching, and it gets to that halfway point when it's like My Hero.
Yeah.
I'll pause it before we go to the next half. I'm like, all right, if you're not eating your dinner, we're not finishing it. Kanan's like,
That's good.
and he starts eating again. So
Nice. No.
he goes up.
Bunch of papers just fell on the floor.
So people were asking, we are not going to be streaming the Sony State of Play that's coming up. It focuses on Deathloop, I think. I feel like I've seen enough Deathloop.
I've seen a lot of Deathloop. Sure.
Yeah.
I did not know it.
I think I'll save my next viewing of anything Deathloop for if I play the game.
But if there's some big news or something, maybe we'll catch you on the next podcast. Maybe we'll do a
Sure.
separate video tomorrow. We'll see. I'm going to get to bits and donations. You're running out of time rapidly.
Yes.
There's also quite a few exercises. I don't know what that person was talking about not being able to redeem. There's a number of them. Unfortunate. Aaron and I are both sore. I guess I'll get some of those going as I start reading stuff. Calvin, you've got squats and push-ups, both from Glycerin. So have fun with those. Aaron, you've got push-ups from Night Owl Lenny.
Aaron, because he's trying to blame Baba.
Indeed. And then 30 squats, 20 of them from Evan. Aaron for blaming Dababa. Aaron, your lips are moving and you're complaining about something. That's whinging. Dababa's been blamed 6 times by you. You don't hear her whinging about you. And Chesy Black Onyx with the squats for Aaron for playing Ocarina of Time on the DS.
Blamed 6 times by about what?
3DS.
And I've got 10 sit-ups.
Wait, why squats for playing Ocarina of Time on the DS? I don't understand.
Because you didn't do it on the 64?
I did both.
You didn't do the Shadow Temple on it.
But that's irregardless.
I know. I don't understand, man. Do I have any?
You do not, as of yet. But
Okay.
I'm going to read the bits and donations.
Gotcha.
Never know what'll happen.
You never know.
Casual Doom, resubscribed for 17 months.
I can't
Thank you
believe
very
after
much.
what you said last time and not loving him and whatnot, they don't want to give you any exercises, Eric.
Hilding with 100 bits. Weekly loving.
Hilding!
I'm going to reject all these.
Mook, subscribed for 7 months. 7 months already.
Thank you.
Mr. Honcho, 9 months. Blind Wave Baby. Thank you.
Baby!
Thank you.
6 Kittenship, 21 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pete Kachu, 6 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Captain Cold, 10 bits. Happy Be a Kid Day. Nope. Happy Be a Kid Again Day. National Ice Cream Sundae Day. Math 2.0 Day. National Milk Chocolate with Almonds Day. Scud Day. Video Games Day. Today has been 1 year, 365 days since Shane left Blind Wave on stream. Thanks for the 10 bits.
Thank you.
5 bits. If you're wondering what Scud means, Scud, savor the comic, unplug the drama. A day to remind people the benefits of spending more time in the comic zone and less time in the drama zone.
I like that.
Chris, 21 months. Excited for next week. Loki finale, 150 episode of The Flash, and
Yep.
Superman and Lois is back. Guess your Wednesday's going to be busy.
Busy.
Jancy, 47 months. Thank you, Jancy.
47.
Come my, 7 months. Thank you. Captain Cold, 5 months. Whoa, Johnny Cage was in Iron Man 3? This is new information, Eric. Has never been brought up before. Oh my gosh, my world has been altered. LOL, I'm just goofing and gaffing, not trying to be rude. Dip with tier 2 subscription for 42 months. Happy 3.5 years. Just a suggestion for one of the streams you guys should play siblings or dating. It will be so much fun. Siblings or dating. I don't know what that is.
It's probably a game where you take,
You look at 2 people.
you take like a candid picture of 2 people, and you look at it, and you decide whether they are brother and sister, or if they're romantically involved.
I see.
Or brother, I guess, too. Sister.
Maggie and I look more alike than my actual sister and I do. Either of my sisters. So I can see how that's a thing.
Yeah, back when I was living at home, and like Les and I would go to the store, people would either think that she was my younger sister or that we were a couple.
Patrick Bro resubscribed for 16 months. Woo!
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
Chaos Theory, 100 bits. Rick, I started Yakuza 0 this week. Amazing game. It is a lot of fun. I still haven't beaten it. One of the many games that I'm juggling.
Aaron, wave. They can't see you.
Captain Cold, 5 bits. You can donate your body to the Body Museum, where they take your body, take it apart, and display it in the museum for people to see. Obviously, they need foolproof consent by the deceased.
Sure.
I was aware of that. I've not been to it.
I'd probably go more with like donating it to science versus that one, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Captain Cold with another 5 bits. I forget what it's called, but there is this thing called, I can't pronounce that, Estepa, where people that get to be a certain age, they can't take care of themselves, they jump or tossed off a cliff to save the rest of the people from being, from the burden of taking care of them.
Jesus. Okay.
Dweem Team resubscribed for 32 months.
Dream team.
Thank you, Adam. The Prinze, 46 months.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Master Rim, 7 months. Love you guys. Keep up the great work you guys do for the community. Thank you, Master Rim.
Thanks.
Magic Head Psycho, resubscribed for 7 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much. Pikachu, 500 bits. Hey guys, want to say thanks for all the content you put out. You are a constant source of entertainment for me.
Thanks.
Captain Cole, 5 bits. We should have a cooking with the Blind Wave battle. Eric versus Aaron. See how they both make pizzas differently. They can just 2 workstations, and Calvin and Rick can do extreme commentary between the 2.
I'd have to figure out how to make dough for 1 pizza as opposed to 80. I don't know the proportions.
It's just less of the other.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing it like King Neptune or whatever, and he'll do it like SpongeBob.
Yeah, there you go. I got that reference.
Captain Cole with another 5 bits. Death Battle literally just went Poe versus Iron Fist, and Poe won. No spoilers. Also, Poe is really powerful in the 3rd movie.
Gotcha.
Why'd you read that out loud? Well, this is what we were talking about before, Rick. I don't spoil. Damn it. I hadn't seen it yet.
Jam Cerny resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.
Alex the Great gifted 5 subs. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. You are great.
Monkey Keyblade gifted a sub. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fitz 5 resubscribed for 5 months. And Anna for 25 months.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to do my sit-ups.
Good.
Guys,
Do
talk
more
about
of
our
them.
stream tomorrow.
The what?
Talk about our
Dwarves.
stream tomorrow.
Stream tomorrow will be a dwarf game called Deep Rock Galactic. We will be journeying into terrible space places and trying to survive while mining ore, and it's kind of Left 4 Dead-y and
We're gonna be
very different.
fantasy belters.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's really interesting. I like it.
Walla walla.
What is this? Sit-ups Aaron for not recognizing the GOT quote about whining? Whinging? Winging?
Whinging.
Am I supposed to recognize that? Or was Rick supposed to recognize that?
Lips are moving and you complain.
According to the sit-ups,
Whinging.
you are.
Rick's the one who read it. I already did those anyway. I'm just confused why I got him and Rick was the one that read it. But yeah, we'll be doing Deep Rock Galactic, so make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for that to see if we survive or die horribly.
Looking forward to it.
This one been killed 6 times. You don't hear him whinging.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, guys, have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.